anticipation.
Huh?
Build up their anticipation.
Live from Mortgage One, Russ Clark with you. Chris Larson.
I'm here.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's good volume.
You hear me fine?
Yeah, it's good. Already?
For some reason, my headphones not working. That's George Braun.
Hang on, George.
Testing.
I can hear you.
Test.
You're coming through my headphones. Are you not hearing it?
Test. Well, now I hear, but I changed it to a different one.
Huh.
I don't know what's going on. We'll get it working.
Gilbert,
like I told you, I didn't set this up ahead of time. I was talking to the owner, talking to you. Thought I had it all figured out yesterday. It's working fine. Just plug it right, and it didn't. Because we keep moving stuff around. You know, we're in the middle of stuff.
Yeah, but we're getting a nice setup in here, though. It'll all be worth it. The table looks great.
Well, I'm calling George now, but it didn't do any good because I didn't have it hooked up either. The table looks great. The equipment is wonderful. Operator error still exists. Let me call George, see if I can get a hold of him. I don't know what he wanted this morning, but he doesn't normally call me this early.
Yeah, he's got things to do today.
Hey, George. Hey.
Oh,
George.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's on super slow.
Yeah, I think it's George. He's on Quaaludes or something. So I hung up on him, man.
Something was not working there.
Mm-hmm. That was a cell phone, so I'm sure that one's working all right. All right, I got a serious story about a coffee shop here this morning. It really bugged me. You remember when Daniel Gutierrez came to town?
Well, he's been here many times.
Well, I mean, we went to that restaurant and they told us to leave.
Yeah.
That was Eddie's.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a year or so. But this article reminded me of it.
Okay.
There's a coffee shop in I think Idaho.
Okay.
Coffee shop in Idaho, and there was a bunch of these pro-lifer guys. You know, that pro-life, that
can't put up with
angry pro-life guys, you know. They went in there to have a meeting. They had about 15 people. They were gathering at the cafe. They were going to discuss a perspective that was coming on the ballot that would legalize abortion up to 24 weeks in Idaho. And they wanted to discuss it and what they could do. You know, they were anti-abortion people. Well, the owner of the shop came over, Jim Sheehan. He came over to about a group of the 15 people gathered there, you know, and asked them get out. And according to the organizers, he said, we had those 15 people, most, you know, and we had my 16-year-old son or something. That might be George. We're going to try it again. Hey, George. George. No, he's not George of the Jungle. He's supposed to be on Bluetooth, and it's all hooked up. Oh, I didn't answer. I mean, it didn't ring. It didn't come through.
Something happened over there.
I think I hung up on him. We'll get him on eventually. But anyway, they come over and asked him to leave.
Mm-hmm.
He told the group to meet in a public library or something. And they had just ordered food. They were sitting down, and when they were approached, and he said they said he was not welcoming. He says, "This is my place of business. I did a lot of work to get people in the ballot or on the ballot, so women would have the right to choose in the state of Idaho. And this is something I do not support, nor does my wife. And it's our business. We have no choice."
I disagree with his perspective.
Me
but
too.
He has every right.
But I had to look it up because I'm trying to think, do I have this wrong? And this was on video. They were videotaping him. And so the organizer, Kristen Hawkins, asked, you're kicking us out?
Uh-huh.
And he said, did I make it very clear that I do not want you here? It's like the KKK asked to meet here. I would say no. In my world, it's the same sort of concept.
Okay.
So Jim Sheehan, I'm assuming they left. It doesn't say that specifically, but I'm assuming they left.
Yeah, they're not there to cause trouble.
They posted the video on online.
Uh-huh.
And according to Jim Sheehan, these pro-lifers were giving him continuous death threats, nonstop. Just doesn't sound like a pro-lifer.
Online? No,
I would assume
the
so.
Pro-lifers were.
Well, no, on video, on online, because of the post.
Oh, okay.
Because of the post.
So the online people were receiving death threats.
Yeah, the coffee shop was receiving death threats. The coffee shop.
The coffee shop was.
Yes.
From supposed
pro-life people.
Interesting.
I just find that hard. Well, here's the good thing. If he's getting death threats on Facebook, we know who sent them.
Yeah, you can look it up.
I bet there's no charges. I'll bet there's none. Just my guess. I mean, to make a statement, I've been getting nonstop death threats because of the post. I'm assuming they came on the post.
Right.
They didn't drive over to his house, knock on his door.
You hope not. That would be really scary. Yeah.
So I'd be curious if we can back that up. I think that's just a knee jerk. Well, I've been getting death
I don't know. People get stupid online, and it's anonymous. I can do whatever I want.
I've been doing on air for over 25 years.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that just don't like me for being public about what I do.
Yeah.
Don't you?
And some people just don't like you. Period.
I wasn't going to emphasize that. It wasn't my point, Chris. But anytime you make your opinions public, you're going to get some pushback.
Right.
I have never, ever received a death threat.
Well, you're not doing it right then.
Am I not?
You got to push it.
And I'm not begging someone to call or kill, threaten to kill me. Please don't. But I hear this death threats just thrown around. I know some of it exists.
Right.
But I would assume it's very rare, particularly on
some people can take things the wrong way, especially online, and that's a death threat.
Well, like you're going to be sorry or something.
Yeah. But I've
never even gotten that.
There's an episode of American Idol where one of the guys that was sent home was walking out and said, y'all stay safe, and the judge was like, did he threaten us?
Seriously?
He said stay safe. But apparently some people think that's a threat.
Well, you did it with a micro expression. So anyway, he says it's a death threat. Now, of course, the press is involved now.
Okay.
People are asking questions, and they go back and they talk to Jim Sheehan, and he explains. He says, "Oh no, my shop's openly liberal. It flies the pride flag and hosts the LGBTQ coffee meetups."
Right.
So he says it's not a surprise where my stance on something like that is. Pro-life meetings would go against my fundamental values. This is one of those black and white issues for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go back and look it up to see, is it legal for a public restaurant to bar any group or organization of any kind? The answer is no. But he's talking in like, look, it's just common sense. I don't like those people.
Yeah. I got to back this guy up. If we don't want, if we can't be forced to make a gay pride parade cake because it goes against our beliefs, he shouldn't have to let somebody in talking about something he disagrees.
You can't put up no blacks allowed. You can't put up no pro-lifers allowed. It's not different.
Yeah, you can. A black person is black because they're black. You can't discriminate against somebody because of
it's not legal.
Who they are.
Yeah, you can't.
No, I'm saying it should be. He should be able to.
You should be legal.
He should be able to say, I disagree with what you're discussing, especially if it's something that you're discussing out loud with other customers.
That's a whole different thing.
That's what we're talking about.
No.
They're discussing pro-life.
Yes. No, it's a different thing if you're causing an issue, causing a problem. There was none. There was no issue caused.
I disagree. If he doesn't want you.
All right, do you agree that it's illegal, though?
It might be illegal. I don't agree.
It is.
I don't know what the law is.
So,
what state does
so what you're saying, if you have a restaurant,
if it's my place,
if it's your restaurant, and you say, I want only people in here that have Christian values, and only people that are pro-life and only people that go to church on Sundays can come to my restaurant.
That's my call. If I lose business, I go out of business.
I'm understanding the concept.
Yeah.
Like, I don't smoke, but I didn't think that restaurants should bar it. But that's a whole different. Right. That's an activity. That's not a feeling. But that wouldn't fly in a community like ours, because it would go right to black, or right to Chinese, or no Irish.
No.
If you can bar something, you can bar something.
Yeah, well, and I actually would agree that if you want to, bar black people from coming to your store, okay, that's your business decision. I think you're going to fail in this community. But
I think it's illegal. I know
it is illegal,
and I'm glad it's illegal.
And I think you should not be able to do that.
And shouldn't be
doing that.
You shouldn't be doing that to this.
The laws. I think that people, it's my business. I can do what I want, and I think they'll fail in this business culture.
Well, I think this is going to cause them problems.
What state was this in?
Idaho. Kind of a conservative state, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's a pro-life. I mean, a pro-abortion, pro-LGBTQ. It's fine. Be that all you want. But you can't tell a guy, can't get your coffee here. No, you can't.
It should be allowed.
Legally, you can. Right. So I had to look it up to make sure it's illegal.
I'm backing up the
store
owners.
Okay, you can do that. I mean, I obviously didn't bring
not his belief
to agree with me,
but his right to.
Let's see if George's phone is working now. I don't know. George, you working?
Good morning.
Hey, there he is.
There you go. How you doing?
We did get credentials,
and this is to the Grand Prix that is in Washington, D.C. You got
it's like
media credentials,
access pass,
all access. Look, you can't get in the pit, so you stay out of there. It's dangerous.
Well, actually, there's even separate places to set up for photographers, and we got a photographer badge so that we want to go over and get that special shot of the finish line or whatever.
Yeah,
but you should see it. They've completely repaved all those roads.
Oh, it won't look good when they're done, though. Those tires will tear them up.
They welded down it looked better than when they painted Black Lives Matter on it without any vote on the city council.
Right.
But they and by the way, did you guys notice that the Black Lives Matter people, when they took that money, didn't build schools or help out the people that had been burned down?
They bought some residents for themselves. That's about it.
Did they buy them in ghetto neighborhoods?
No.
And fix up that area?
No. No.
In the upper class areas of Los Angeles.
It's more like reparation money for the organizers.
Yeah, I mean, you notice that Obama and Michelle don't live in a neighborhood that
library is though. They shut down the basketball hoops and in a poor side of town to put the library in, where that trash can looking library.
That is the ugliest building, and they put in like 5 subcontractors went into bankruptcy.
Really?
Yeah, there was some. Yeah, only the black ones though. So see, he's picking them out.
Oh, that's one of the pardons that I worked on, Mrs. Alice, who, because she was on the Amnesty and the Innocence Project, because Senator Joe Biden came up with a thing that was like really high enhancement for crack cocaine over powdered cocaine. And one of the things is that this one woman did 22 years, became a grandmother and a great grandmother, and the Kardashians and everybody else got on their high horse and we're going to get Obama to partner. And right before the end of the year pardons, right before he left office, we get a phone call from one of the guys over there saying we need a check between $65,000 and $100,000 to the library, and it might as well have been $1 million because the woman had been in jail for 20-something years.
Wow.
No way she had any kind of that kind of money.
So they're asking,
and of course, the Kardashians and all those people are the kind of people that get up and leave before the check comes, to go to the bathroom or whatever. And so, there was no way we're going to get any money from them. And so the first pardon that Trump did was hers. And when we had the coming out party at the Trump Hotel, and big giant coming out party, we heard from the left, why are you having it there? Because Trump pardoned her. Yeah, but I mean, he's racist. Oh, well, tell that to Mrs. Alice. I don't think she's got that same opinion.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to complain, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, seriously, that was one of the things Don Jr. said the other day. He goes, my father was never called a racist when he was giving money to Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, he was a supporter of those
They
guys.
were giving him awards, all the awards and everything. Anyway, but they actually even welded shut the whatchamacallit, the manhole covers.
Oh, down in DC?
Yeah, because if you didn't see the first day of when they had them practicing, the Formula One in Las Vegas.
No.
Apparently they didn't weld them correctly.
And they flew out? They flew up?
Oh, gosh. It was hilarious to watch. I mean, these things went up into the air like there was no tomorrow.
They're like 100 pounds. You don't want those flying around.
Yeah. Well, they're not light.
No.
I mean, something like that can hit you and kill you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they had to go back and completely redo that. So I hope they got that under control, because that would really liven up the test run. So
yeah, it would be good. The test runs today, right?
Rain this weekend too.
That's not good. They won't run in the rain, will they? Do they run in the rain?
I don't think they run in the rain.
There's some road courses that will. I don't know.
But it is kind of nice that thanks to Derek for sending a nice letter, and so we're gonna go down and change all the stuff on this today. And so anyway, that's the big excitement in town. You can't get anywhere. Pennsylvania's been blocked off since yesterday morning from the past all the way down to from the Capitol all the way down to about the Trump Willard area. So that you're talking about 11th or 12th Street.
Yeah. They will run in the rain, by the way.
Yeah, it's going to be one big giant thing. So
chance of rain's forecast. Officials can declare a rain hazard if it's too bad.
And I got us a new listener who tagged us this morning.
It's going to double our audience.
Eagle Ed Martin.
All right.
One of the top attorneys in town, works for the government. I had a meeting with him yesterday, and he posted a picture of the two of us and President Trump's picture in his office. And so, and I said that we'd love to have him on the air, and he accepted on Twitter.
Okay.
Or X or whatever it is.
Well, bring him on.
So that's, you can see a picture of me in a suit that obviously needs to be pressed. So anyway,
I can't wait to see it. Thank you, sir.
Well, linen suits, they look great the first day. So the second day, you got to get them back pressed, because we've had humidity here that is just omnipresent. I mean, it's only 80 degrees, but with 90% humidity, you can hardly move. It's like getting hit with a wet mop in the face when you walk out the door. So, anyway.
All right, George.
All right,
thank you,
everybody
sir.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys with a new guest pretty soon. Oh, and Neil Martin was also there too.
Okay.
So he was at the meeting yesterday. So they'll probably post his picture too.
Take care, man.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Take care, bud.
George, you had to rub it in. It gets to go to the Grand Prix.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at a picture of the Obama President Library. That is not a good looking building.
Oh no!
It just stands out like a Thor thumb. It's just sticking up out of nothing there.
Let me see.
It's an unpleasant building.
7:30 today. I got Jim Pfaff calling in again.
Yeah. The grounds look interesting.
At the Obama Library.
Yeah, but the building, ugh.
They built it right in a park too.
Doesn't look like it. It looks like it's in the middle of nothing out there. There's nothing around it.
Yeah,
I don't know what was there before, but
it was just a park. Kids play basketball and all that kind of stuff, and he kicked them out.
A long ways away from stuff.
Actually, there's residents real close.
I'm looking at it right here. There's nothing around it.
Well, that's photoshopped.
They're all like that.
No, a lot of residents have complained that
Really?
it blocks the view now to the ocean or the lake.
Yes, there's nothing around it.
Yeah, it's right on the lake. There's some stuff around it, but that's just selective where they take that picture.
It looks like
it's a neighborhood,
a man-made lake.
I don't know. I think it's right on the.
Anyway, that's a weird looking building.
It looks like a trash can.
Yeah.
What kind of insurance do you have on your car?
Standard insurance.
No, I mean, what company?
Oh, I don't know.
State Farm has just given back out $5 billion.
State Farm. That's who I have.
Okay. Expect a check. This is the largest payout. It's a dividend. They've been collecting a lot more money than they needed, I guess. Rates have gone up stupid.
Right.
They said, you know what? We got a little bit of extra here. We're going to give $5 billion back to the customers. So if you belong to State Farm, expect a check. They've already passed some out. This is the largest payout in 100 years.
But don't go to State Farm right now.
No, it's too late.
Yeah, too late. Yeah.
No, this was for 2025.
Huh.
They did the books. They got the calculator together. The guys with the little green shade on their head and calculating, and said, nope, we took in too much money.
Interesting.
So the percentage you get back is anywhere from 4 to 10%, depending on what state you live in. 10% of your premium is a big deal.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. Now, if you have an email, they're going to email you and let you know, hey, I got some money coming. How do you want it?
Right.
If you don't have an email, they're just going to mail you a check. One way or the other, you're going to get the money.
That's good.
They mail you a check or ask you if you want to send some other way. Good for State Farm.
Yeah.
I mean, they're actually giving.
Well, yeah, good that they're doing well. I always like to see any business do well because there's it has an impact on all the employees, all the customers, all that. But then it's also good that they recognize, hey, we don't need all this. We're going to give it back to you. That's a good company. I think that's going to do them well in the future as far as.
I hope so. See, I feel good about it right now.
New customers.
If I was out looking for business, I'd go to State Farm.
Well, and
they're giving out money.
Yeah, we recently started shopping around for a new insurance company, and we've talked to a few of them, different companies, and they all say the same thing. Every couple of years, you should be shopping around.
It's sad
because they target different customer bases.
Yeah.
To manipulate their numbers. And so one year you might not be what they want, so you have a high premium rate. Next year you might be exactly who they want, so they'll give you a lower premium rate.
Yeah.
So shop around is
I've heard that, but I've never done it.
Yeah, it's just so much work.
I was a State Farm customer for decades.
Well, they got that jingle, so
I don't know what it is.
Like a good.
But now I haven't. Yeah. But now I don't even own a car.
Well, yeah, you're one of those rich guys that
I'm not rich.
Gets benefits from their company, and
I drive a company car, but I don't even own a car. So
that was an episode of Cheers years ago. The rich guy bet Sam a year's salary.
He probably doesn't make
Sam
a salary.
won, and he gave him $1. He says, I get everything from my company. I don't get any actual salary, but $1.
Yeah. Edward that calls in, he's a very successful business guy. He makes about $20,000 a year.
Oh, well. He's doing all right for himself.
Yeah, he does that. It's not how much you make; it's the take home.
Yep.
Let's take a phone call. You're on the air.
Good morning, Russ.
Well, good morning,
Chris.
Hey.
Weather report. It's raining.
Yeah, I saw the storm moving in on my way in.
Well, I checked the weather, the forecast. It didn't say rain.
There was lightning.
Surely you must be mistaken.
I saw lightning off to the east.
I'm standing in my driveway right now, looking to the east, getting hit in the face with raindrops.
All right.
And over the hills, towards the pass, it's lightning over there towards Wilton.
Awesome.
But the clouds right over my house are blacker than all get out.
I'm looking at the forecast now, and it says it's raining on your caller's face. God, I can't believe that. I mean, these things really update quickly. There's a 61% chance of rain by 11 o'clock. Scattered thunder showers. In fact, there's a warning. And yesterday there was nothing. I mean, there was a warning. It might come through, but then I went to the regular forecast. It just said low chance of rain. Now it's up. It's up to 61%.
The butterfly must have flapped its wings.
And I know at least one driveway in this community that it's 100% chance.
Hey, you were talking about insurance.
Yeah.
And we have been insured by State Farm for over 14 years.
Look for your check.
And the only time our insurance went up was when California had all their wildfires.
Ugh.
That's a sad thing, and it's true that stuff happens,
But a lot of those insurance companies, had friends that they're they had claims or something to their insurance companies, not of their own fault.
Yeah.
But most of them wouldn't pay off.
Yeah, you got to be careful with your insurance. A lot of times you think I'm fully covered and you're not.
It's all in the fine print.
Some of it, and some of it's by decision, and particularly when you get car insurance, you say, well, just give me what's required by law. Well, that means you're not covered for very much,
Well, my insurance agent, his wife was going to work one day, and she got rear-ended. And, it just collapsed, put her in the hospital, and just screwed everything up. Yeah. And she was insured, the motorist that hit her was insured by Progressive. And they wouldn't cover anything.
Wow.
Even though their insuree was covered by their policy, they wouldn't cover the medical bills or anything. They said it was her fault for stopping at the stoplight.
I'm sure that they're waiting just to go to court. There's the insurance companies try to pay out as little as possible to protect the rates. It's and you want them to. You don't want them to just start cutting checks, throw them around. They're so expensive. People, fraud and everything else. But sometimes it's a shame to have to fight for it.
But anyhow, watch who you insure with, because there's a lot of crooks out there.
No, I'll watch them. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Don't you believe that? It's just like the Democrats aren't crooked.
I'd like to believe it's not true. I'd like to believe that we could live in a country where you don't have to check ID to vote and everything would be fine. Nobody would cheat. I just don't believe
right now, in this day and age, it's a pipe dream, Russ.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, have yourself a great day and stay dry.
Thank you, man.
Take care, bud.
Bye now.
I got somebody calling me that I can't take. It's a GPC Retirement Services. I'm having a problem with them.
Are you retiring?
No, I'm not work at GPC anymore, and I do get a small something from them, but I'm not gonna take it on air.
Right, that would be awkward.
It's 6:30 in the morning here.
Where are they at? They might be
Georgia.
Well, it's 8:30 there.
Yeah.
Is it?
It could. I would have answered it had I not have been on the radio.
Yeah.
But my cell phone's tied into the radio.
Although
maybe people might have found it interesting,
Yeah.
Do you know what cat is? And I'm not talking the animal. There's a substance,
heavy equipment
called KHAT. Cat.
No, do not know that.
Well, I didn't either until this morning. But the Border Patrol knows.
They know everything.
They're going to call.
They're calling you again.
Yeah. Let me take that off air.
All right. So Russ is taking a phone call for a moment.
This Russ.
So I'll just, I don't know. Am I still on the air, Russ? I think I might be.
Okay. All right. So I can 92357. Zip code is 853. What's my zip code?
85365.
85364. 3162. Yes, I can. That would be best ever. That would be wonderful. It's just RUSS, T as in Tom, CLARK, Russ T. Clark, at AOL.com. Uh-huh. 28, yeah, 2854 South 8, South 18th Avenue. That would save me hours of phone calls. I would love that. Thank you. Well, that was the old one, and I would have received it there. I mean, I've rented that house. Those renters are looking for it, but I changed it, and I couldn't get it at either address. But that's neither here nor there. AOL will take care of it all. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Bye-bye. All fixed.
All righty then. We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Thanks for waiting.
I was ready to start rambling, fill the time.
You could do that, but I turned your mic off.
I noticed that. Nobody wants to hear me anyway.
I have a small retirement that's coming out of GPC, Genuine Parts Company, which is Napa Auto Parts. I worked there for many years. And they won't send me my 1099 form, because I get a small amount. It's not a lot. Because I didn't work there 20 years even. And so they've never sent me. They won't send it to me. And they refuse to email it, refuse to fax it, refuse to do anything. They have to send it snail mail. And it always takes 10 days.
Right.
And every 15 days, I call them back and say, I don't know. Today, she says, well, would it be okay if we email? And I said, oh, my God. That would be wonderful.
Is this the 21st century or not?
Yeah, man, would that be nice? Fax it, take a picture of it. I don't care.
It still kills me if people, want to fax.
Yeah.
Why would you want to fax?
Well,
there's companies that, you need to fax it to us. Well, nobody has faxes. No. But you can scan it on a printer and send it as a fax, but
I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just
fax. I don't. I think I have a fax machine, a printer that does faxes. I don't ever hook it up.
Yeah.
I don't ever accept faxes. I mean, sometimes I have to fax. Like government agencies only take fax.
I was just thinking when I was dealing with the FFA, they wanted everything through the mail, snail mail, everything. I was like, you got to be kidding.
But that's what GPC's doing. Everything 100% snail mail. On the good side, they have turned their retirement benefits package over to an independent company.
Mm-hmm.
And I've talked to them already. And they says, oh, no, we love sending out electronic.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you
so
for
much
being
more efficient.
Thank you for being in the new generation.
You can trust it. When you were talking about the State Farm customers that don't have email, they'll just send the check. If you don't know it's coming, you're not checking every day. Some people don't check their mail.
No, I don't.
Every day.
I do now because I was expecting this one thing. But some people
junk these days.
I usually rip stuff in half as soon as I don't even wait till I don't go back in the house.
Right.
I rip it up and put it in the trash.
Put it in the trash. Yeah. Right, so do I. Yeah.
You might rip a check in half.
Oh, I don't. I check to see what it is first.
Hopefully
you can usually tell from the envelope. It's just going to.
Well, sometimes I get those checks that say, you qualify for $500,000 loan. Yeah. Here's a check.
Yeah.
That's a scam.
Yeah.
Could actually get a loan from them, probably. Would it be good interest or anything? No. I would not.
Yeah, and it always kills me because I deal with a lot of young people, as a teacher and professor at the college, and And I tell them all the time when I see these kinds of things that you got to watch out for. When car and dealerships advertises all credit applications accepted. Yeah, they'll accept your credit application. Will they approve your credit application? That's another thing.
And you're right. The details matter.
Yeah, if they do approve it, it's going to be a high interest rate. No,
but I'm sure
they listen to what they say, not what you think they say.
They keep sending that junk mail out there because it works.
Right.
They get people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can go down to your local credit union and get a better rate.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we do Navy Fed. We're a huge fan of Navy Fed.
Well, the reason before my retirement check came up.
Oh, okay.
It's KHAT, cat, caught. Right. It's called cat.
Well, I thought that's where you're going to, but you mentioned your retirement again.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
So I don't.
But I want to get back.
Okay.
I really want to talk about this.
Okay, let's talk.
Because I found it really interesting. I don't know what it is, so I had to. It's some kind of like a tea leaf like looking thing. It grows in the Middle East and Africa. And it comes in leaves and buds, and apparently it's chewed in East Africa and stuff.
Okay.
Amphetamine-like effects. Catonine is what's in it. The drug. It's a stimulant. Catonine, nervous system stimulant. Catonine, controlled one substance, and I guess the CD, the Border Patrol has found 46,000 pounds of last fiscal year coming in. That's a lot.
Yeah,
I would lie.
Wow.
And I don't even know what it is, but I guess these people like to chew it as a stimulant. Well, they just arrested 2 guys that come in from London with suitcases. Each of them had 6. They had a total of 12 suitcases packed with the stuff. 800 pounds, 847 pounds.
Have they not heard of the war on drugs?
Well, that's not my question. This is, how much does it cost to get that on an airline?
Well, yeah.
Six,
bags.
You have any bags of chicken? I got 6 of them. It's about 425 pounds.
Their airlines, eyes.
What's it cost? From London?
I know, yeah.
To New York. They landed in New York. I can't imagine you land in New York, and when you travel overseas, you got to go through customs.
Right.
So you got to go through customs. And they check everything, and they check you are who you are. Look at your passport, even though you're in America. You
right.
Came in from London. You check it all out. It's not the Biden America. This is where you have to have papers.
Maybe that's what they thought. Wouldn't get in because it's Biden let it.
So you have to prove that you're here legally. So show them passports. Come on in. They say, come on in. They take a look at your suitcase. If you have 6 suitcases,
they're going to look at your suitcase.
And 2 people traveling together, 2 of them. Between the 2 of them is 847, 12 suitcases, 847 pounds. I was thinking, do they not know it's illegal?
They maybe not.
What are the chances of TSA not catching you?
Right.
What's the chances of that not being questioned? That's like
TSA
0.
looks for things getting on the plane.
Well, and
they focus more on what you're carrying on.
Coming in from a foreign country, that all gets checked.
Well, that's
Homeland Security.
Patrol, yeah,
that's right. Border Patrol.
That's interesting.
So
I didn't know if it was legal when you started this article.
I didn't know either
because there's so many things that pop up it's not officially listed as illegal, therefore it's not illegal.
So the next thing I looked at is that they just flew in from London. They got it through the London airport.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure somebody in London noticed you got 12 bags. What do you got in there? I don't know. Didn't look.
Well, even just agricultural product.
Yeah, they're careful about that.
Difficult to ship.
Don't bring it. I got pork. Don't worry about it. It's raw pork. I got lots of it.
Can't drive into California with an orange.
No. Well, they never check. They have the checkpoints that wait you through.
A couple times they have.
You have?
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time they even asked me a question. They just wave.
We were going through once with the kids in the car, and you got any fruit or vegetables? And and my wife and I were like, no. And one of the kids, I got an apple.
Great, secondary. Thanks, Junior. Yep, Daddy's trying to break the law. Gotta be quiet. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I didn't realize he was drunk. Yeah, that's a helpful kid right there.
Yeah, honest kid.
Yeah, give that kid a banana. This cat was legal in London until 2014.
Okay. So they might have thought it was legal here.
No, maybe. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking, what idiots?
Yeah.
And they're U.S. citizens. They're not foreigners. They're from here. I wondered, like, they were shocked. Like, what do you mean it's illegal? What do you mean? It's just like tea, man. It's called African salad or Abyssinian tea is what they call it. Those are nicknames.
I'll bet they didn't realize it was illegal.
It had to be. It had to be
because
you don't walk in with 847 and 12. What do you get? Who owns 12 suitcases?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody says,
with my whole family,
can I borrow a suitcase? I said, sure. Well, I need 12. You have 12 of them? I'm gonna go. No,
I don't.
No, I don't have 12. And I think it's like $50 to check a bag and $100 to check the second bag. I don't know if you say
depending
12.
on the airline, that gets crazy.
I'm gonna ask.
I would have thought they'd just ship it. Yeah, they either didn't know it was illegal, or they are brand new to the drug smuggling business.
They're not good at it.
Well, that didn't work.
I think they just didn't believe it was illegal.
Yeah, that's the only explanation.
Okay, if you're checking 6 bags on a transatlantic economy flight from London to New York, typically costs between $1,000 and $1,200 one way.
Wow. Plus what it cost to buy it.
So not only did they spend $2,000 to $2,400 for the bags, they said we're taking them from you and arresting you and you're going to jail.
Right.
Bags 3 through 6 are charged excess of roughly $200 per extra.
Wow.
Bag 1 is often free on standard and 75 cents if flying basic economy. Second bag's $100. And then you get up to the $200 range.
Yeah.
I don't own that much clothes. I'd have to take something. Have you ever gone to secondary when you fly?
My wife has.
I have multiple times.
Yeah. People trust me.
I don't. I quite often go to DC to do the show.
Right.
So I'll take a lot of electronic equipment, and
right.
I got a bag filled.
That should get some attention.
Well, it does. I mean,
okay, good.
Buzzers go off.
Yeah.
And they go, who has this bag? And I mean, I'm already waiting
mm-hmm.
as we go through it because I have mic stands, mics, headphones, control box, some wires,
I did get to secondary once.
Yeah.
Because I used to collect keychains and I had them all connected. It was this massive ball of keychains and I carried it in my pocket. I don't know why. I was young. I was a teenager. And one of them was a cap gun.
Oh, great.
And it had a little holster and everything. It was really cool. And
did you have to lay face down, spread eagle on the ground?
No, they didn't take it that far. No. But it went through the X-ray machine in the bag. And I saw the guy watching the screen as everything goes through, and I saw his face light up. He's like, "Whoa!" And so they it wasn't full on secondary. They just looked at what came out of the machine, and he saw that it was a cap gun. He said that looked like a 44 Magnum on the screen. He said it was
like an inch long.
It looked so it was like a couple
inches long.
But he's like, it looked like this massive gun. I was like, what is this guy thinking bringing a gun?
Yeah, that's the right question.
So they made me.
What the hell are you thinking?
Yeah,
check it.
I had to check it.
You had to check the.
They gave me a little
cap
box.
Gun?
Yeah, they gave me a little box, and I put it in. They checked it.
My son was notorious. In fact, he got on some kind of list where they automatically check you.
Really?
Because he kept flying. He kept trying to get on with a pocket knife.
He
just never. He never took the pocket knife.
Yeah.
I mean, he's given up like dozens of pocket knives because he'll get on and he'll beep and say, "Oh yeah, I got this knife." So now he's just on a list to check for the knife.
My son's like that.
Yeah.
He went up to the Phoenix for MEPS when he was joining the Marine Corps and walked in. The metal detector goes off. They find a knife on him.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do it today.
Most people, I carry a knife all the time. I mean, it's a work thing.
Yeah.
I'm not out doing mischief.
Right. Yeah. That's how it was. He always had a pocket knife on. Yeah. We were in D.C. We were going to go to a museum. He realized he had his knife on him.
Yeah.
So he, found a bush, stuck it into the dirt behind the bush.
Was it still there when we got out?
And it was still there when we got out.
Lucky.
So, yeah.
I had a friend that was in a hurry. He lived in Bend, Oregon. Had to get on a plane, get back to Atlanta, Georgia for Napa. We worked for Napa at the time. And he had a gun in his briefcase he'd forgot about. But it's okay. They found it.
Well, that's where I left it.
Yeah, thanks. And it's a small Bend is a smaller town. They knew him. He was a business owner in town and everything. Like, oh my God. He says, we'll just hold it for you. And they held it for him and gave it to him back when he got it. Now, don't try that. You're not going to let that. That's not going to happen.
You know me. I never met you before in my life.
Usually you're going to get handcuffs. I think. It happens every year, though. A lot of people.
I'm sure. Yeah. And that concerns me. I'm the big proponent of, responsible gun ownership. And forgetting where your gun is does not sound
Where do your guns are right now? Do you know where your guns are?
Yeah.
Right now? Okay.
I know exactly where they're at. Yeah.
I think I know, unless Helen moved them. No, I know.
Yeah,
I know where they are, but
yeah, you hear, especially when people, going across.
But in a rush, he travels everything with it, everywhere he goes with it, just not on a plane.
Right.
He was lucky. Could have been a little. I mean, depending on what kind of day the guy's having and which guy it was. It's there. It's some of its discretion.
Yeah. Right. Always be polite.
Yeah, that's a good way to start.
Work towards that discretionary,
don't say things like,
yeah.
Oh, I just know you're going to arrest me because you're racist and a bigot, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, don't do that. That's not good.
Polite's
better.
That's one of the good things about getting pulled over for, especially for young people getting pulled over for traffic is you get to practice being polite to authority.
That's always helpful. Not a guarantee.
Not a guarantee, but
let's take a phone call from Gilbert. He's been arrested.
Gilbert.
Yeah.
Don't talk about my past. I don't talk about your past.
Just saying.
So hers are funny, and it has to do with residue. Okay. Working at YPG, I work ammo.
Get on the phone.
I work ammo.
Okay.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So my boots were brought home some residue.
Yep.
And our shoes were in the closet, right? Well, we were in Arlington. We went to a funeral. My stepbrother, Edward, he was buried in Arlington. He was Command Sergeant Major of the Army.
Wow.
Okay. Nice.
Engineer Corps.
All right.
That's a pretty good rank, huh, Chris?
Yeah.
That's a great rank, man.
Command Sergeant Major. Anyway, we were there. And
Tim Waltz
we were coming back. And my wife's shoes let out a buzz.
Wow.
Oh, man, that's a happy wife right there.
And we were detained. Yes, we were.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to explain. I had to make phone calls. We had to call. I called my boss. He called our big boss. Big boss called not EOD, but anyway. They got it straightened out, but we almost lost our flight back to Yuma.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man. So you're probably on a terror watch list now, too.
Not because of that, but.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. I just saw on TV that our commander-in-chief is going to declare economic war on Iran. And Iran dismisses it.
Might as well.
What's that?
Should have, but yeah, might as well.
Yeah, I guess is it UAE?
Yeah, United Arab Emirates.
Yeah, they are siding with America.
Right.
And the fact that Iran gets a whole bunch of stuff from them, they are really going to suffer. Iran is.
I think so. They've been sending rockets into UAE also, and to Qatar and to Oman as well as Kuwait.
They don't seem to have any
Saudi Arabia.
Right now.
I don't know what these guys are trying to do. They're just like, man, you don't want to make me mad. I'll attack everybody. And it's worked for them for 47 years.
I think what they're trying to do is get us into a war, a conflict. We're going to bomb the hell out of them, and then we're going to be the bad guys for doing that.
I know.
They're gonna get the world to go against America.
I'm thinking it needs to be done, though, Gilbert. I think it does.
You know what? These are the choices we have, Russ. I'm just an uneducated kind of guy.
Okay.
There are two choices. If Trump pulls out with his narcissistic attitude, his ego, and all, is he gonna take that? Pulling out and losing everything that we put into there, or is he going to bomb the hell out of them? That's the only two choices we have at this point in time.
I think that's close. Yeah. There may be some middle ground, but I don't think so. I think that's probably it. As far as his ego, well, they could turn it over to somebody else, or just put shadow something there or something. I don't know, but I think either all in or all out.
Right.
But the thing you talk about is ego and all that. I honestly believe that he has one. And
a little bit, yeah.
But I also honestly believe he's going to do America first, and that's going to be the drive. It's not going to be his ego.
Well, I agree with you, and that's how he's gonna play it.
Yeah,
America first, absolutely. And I guess Russia decided to do some drone damage to Ukraine. Yep.
Oh, they've been doing that all along.
Ukraine just finished a massive air attack on them.
Yeah.
But didn't Russia stop for a while and they started again?
I don't know.
Is what I'm getting at. Yeah, you're right. They have been, but they had stopped for a while.
They seem to do surges.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing today. And anyway, I thought I'd just call you up and tell you about our exciting thing out there in Arlington, coming back from.
That was an experience, I'm sure. Yeah,
we had to make a lot of phone calls to YTP security and all that.
I appreciate the call.
We got home.
Thanks.
All right, bye.
Take care, bud.
Mr. Gilbert.
Yeah,
that same thing happened to my wife.
Oh yeah,
she had residue.
Explosive residue on.
We were at the Statue of Liberty, the family. So it was me, her, 2 kids, and we all had to go through a typical screening like you do at the airport.
Right.
Me and the 2 kids got through, and she said, beep, beep, beep. And they pulled her aside for residue. And I made a joke.
What kind of residue?
I made a joke of it.
Okay.
Phosphates. But I made a joke of it. And I said, oh, well, I guess you got her. Well, we'll go see the thing. She was so pissed at me. She was so mad because she had to go off to secondary.
See the humor?
No, she saw no humor. She saw none. And they finally caught up with her. But it was a quick check. Apparently she had not walked on the sidewalk. She walked through the grass, and the phosphates had just been fertilizer.
Right.
It picked up phosphates. And of course, the rest of my day was sunk. She was angry the rest of the day. But
it tends to work that way.
Yeah, you got her. Can't believe you finally caught up.
My wife, we were flying out of Vegas, and she had been nagging me before we
say
left.
It's not true.
Make sure you bring your ID. I have had identification on me since I was 10.
Okay.
Because military people, dependents, we always have ID.
Now it's tattooed on your forehead. But go ahead.
Yeah. And so I'm like, yes, I'm gonna have it. So we get to the airport in Vegas.
Yeah.
And we're coming up to TSA, and then she opens up her purse and
what?
She forgot her wallet.
Oh, she forgot hers.
Yes. And I don't.
I thought you forgot yours, and maybe you had this longest "I told you so."
No, she didn't have hers.
So did you leave her behind, or what'd you do?
I don't go anywhere without her. She keeps me alive. But
okay,
she
that's good recovery, by the way.
Thank you. She had her Costco card. She had all this other stuff.
Nothing,
but not that.
So did she get on the plane?
Well, they said, well, we'll take care of it. You have all this other stuff with your name on it.
Yeah.
We have you here in the computer.
You wouldn't lie about being with this guy. So
right. Yeah. And so we'll just put you through an extra search. So they did the whole search. They patted her down and all that kind of stuff.
It's worth it. You don't want
to.
So she since reminded you to take your ID?
Upset. Oh, yeah.
Did you rub it in?
No.
Oh, good man. You're good. That's smart.
Not
man.
A lot.
Okay. Well, kind of good, man.
The appropriate amount.
Appropriate amount.
Yeah. And it's not like I would announce it to everybody over the air like this. You
could have been the biggest hero. Just say, it's okay, honey. We're going to figure this out. Don't worry about it.
I solve problems with you, right? That's what I do.
The appropriate amount. I don't know how much that is. You'll have to get with me after. I don't know how much it is.
Good.
So does she still nag you about taking your ID?
No.
Okay.
I always have ID on me.
I generally do.
Yeah.
If I have my phone, it's all together. I don't carry a wallet and a phone.
Oh yeah, I do.
I don't. I just carry one thing. And if it doesn't fit in the one thing, I don't need it. It's all one thing.
I used to have a massive wallet. My chiropractor brother-in-law would nag me about that.
You had one hip up higher than the other.
Yeah.
You're walking in circles.
So I simplified my wallet in my life dramatically. But yeah, those are the only two things that I have to leave the house with is my phone and my wallet.
Well, my phone and wallet are one thing. I mean, it's together. And I didn't know it till recently, but Helen mentioned to me that because it looks like a clutch purse.
It is a little.
She was a little skeptical about the femininity thing. I didn't know it looked like a clutch purse. I thought it looked like a phone wallet.
Yeah.
But
why is he wearing a clutch purse with casual clothes?
Yeah. It's out of season. No, but that way, if I try to leave I've done it. You ever driven off without your wallet or your phone? Either one.
Without my phone, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do that occasionally. Jump in, drive without phone. But I've got my headset on. I wear a Bluetooth headset. And the headset about a half a block away to go. Just connection lost. And I'm like, oh no. And then my watch goes off.
Right.
My watch are both connected and it starts going off. Plus the watch is a go find me watch. If I can't find my phone, and I could be talking to people constantly, hang up, call someone, talk on, and not know where my phone is because my earpiece will do the whole thing. It's voice activated.
Right.
I say, call Chris Larson, and it'll just do it.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's when the AI kicks in. Why would you want to do that?
So I find I have to look for my phone. I don't know where it is.
Right.
But I know it's in the house.
Somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah. But my watch, I've got a little button to push on that. It'll make the phone start beeping like stupid loud. So I can find it. Very helpful. And then I know where my ID is.
My stuff is I have one place in the house. I come in, put everything there. When I leave, I put everything back. And I probably look a little OCD, but every time I leave, I have an 8-point count.
8-point.
That I tap everything, physically feel it before I leave the room.
I think it's a good thing. Yeah. I have one place too, and it's unless I don't put it there. It's supposed to be there. Somehow I didn't make it.
Yeah, sometimes my phone will I'll leave it where I sit to watch TV or something because I cannot just watch TV. I have to Google everything while I'm watching. But so when I leave and I'm grabbing my keys, if my phone is not with me, I'll put if it's charging or something, I'll put my keys on my phone. So then when I leave, if I can't drive away, I'll remember to go get my phone. So, but yeah, the phone and the wallet, I have to have those with me at all times. And I get really upset if I don't have my phone. I always have my wallet. I never leave my wallet.
Look at this. George sent me the media pass for the media. I mean, the Freedom 250.
Cool. What do they need a lawyer at the?
They don't.
It's
media.
Oh, okay.
He's the AM 560 guy. I mean, he's not paid. But
so for the cable,
he can for cable here.
That's cool.
This is my Washington bureau chief.
Nice.
So it's not a paid position. He just gets me interviews and stuff, and
gives him access to.
And so he has media credentials, and he gets into a lot of stuff.
I want that
because to get into that Freedom 250 would be expensive.
Right. Yeah,
he gets in for free.
That's cool.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Of course, I really go because I'm interested for research and stuff. Of course.
Well, the Grand Prix would be, those are.
Oh, I would.
Those are the cool races. I don't get into like the ones they just keep going in a circle.
Oh, I love that one too.
Miles.
That's NASCAR.
But
go fast, turn left.
Yeah, the Grand Prix are. That's how I feel when I'm driving through town.
I've gone to L.A. I've gone. San Diego had a Grand Prix one year.
Yeah.
I've gone to L.A. Grand Prix. Tampa had a Grand Prix once. You know, sometimes cities will do it once or twice.
Right.
You know, they don't do it often.
Yeah.
It's not a normal.
You know, that's one of the things that I would rather see it on TV because then I can see the whole thing. You know,
Well,
when you're there, you see,
but you're going with,
and then that's it.
Where you're going with friends and stuff. It's an event.
Yeah, it's the experience.
And all these Grand Prix have these huge TVs on every corner. So when you're on a corner, you see the whole race from your view vantage point. Let's talk to Mad Mike. Good morning, Mad Mike.
Good morning, Mr. Russell.
How are you, sir?
So, from one old fart to an even older fart.
I am older. I am your senior. So respect, man. Respect.
Respect is earned, buddy, and you got all of mine.
Okay.
So, Find My, both Android and iPhone or Apple, whatever you want to call it. The Find My apps are a godsend. And putting little key tag or little air tags on your keys.
Oh, you do that? You put the air tags? My daughter does that. The air tag.
We put it on
used
our
to,
remote.
But my wife's even put them in her car.
Oh yeah.
But they only work via Bluetooth, and the Apple version only works if other Apple users are nearby.
Oh.
But in the house, if you're trying to find it, you can make the damn thing beep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it will guide you right in.
And I'll bet that you often find your keys right where you left them.
100%. The thing is, I've gotten so used to my discipline.
Yeah.
My keys go in the same place every day, every moment, all throughout the day. When I come in that door, boom, there's my keys.
Smart way to do it.
And there's my wallet, and there's, my bills and my change, or everything is in that place, and it's always there, unless someone else moves it, or unless I get distracted and I'm running around the house trying to grab something, before I rush out the door.
Right.
But yeah, you should look into air tags and the Find My on your phone, buddy.
I know. It's the right way to go.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Over to Mr. Chris.
Oh, hey, what's up?
They have phone cases with built-in billfolds. They hold credit card and place for cash.
Yeah,
you got it all in one right there. But
yeah, I use a holster. Yeah. I like to feel like a gunslinger. When
John Wayne, are you?
Out. Yeah.
I like the holster, or the concept, but my belly roll is too much. It's just not comfortable, and I'm mostly sitting around in a car all day, or it used to be for a year and a half sitting at a desk, and it just doesn't work for what I do. If I was upright more, it would be a nice option.
I have the oversized phone, and my case looks like a clutch purse, so I just carry it.
Yeah, my wife has it like that too.
That's what they call a phablet, buddy. It's a phone tablet phablet.
Is that what it is?
You must be fabulous if you're rocking
with his little clutch purse. Yeah, he is.
No, I just have bad eyesight. That's all.
I gotcha.
All right.
All right. I'm still getting ready to get out. I drove late last night picking up people at the airport.
Be good, man.
So I will go back to listening.
Take care, man.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Take care, bud.
Call in when you irritate me on something.
I'll work on it. So we got like a list of things that we know irritates Mad Mike, and then not answer the phone. Just see how mad he gets.
That's funny. We had before the air tags came out, there was we found this thing that it was sticking. You could stick it to things, and when you would whistle, it would beep. So we put it on our remote control because we could never find our remote control.
Why is that?
I don't know. I
found mine in the dryer once.
Once it was interesting though. Once the kids moved out of the house, we found the remote control much more readily.
How does that work?
I don't know. It's just a weird thing that way.
Could do like they do in those cheap hotels and bolt it down to the end table.
I considered putting like a hook on the ceiling with one of those retractable strings or something.
That's nice.
My wife would not have gone with it.
That's thinking. Yeah. Helen doesn't understand why I keep losing it. Of course. She'll lose it.
She's not here.
No, I'm looking around. And sometimes it just falls on this cushion or something.
Right.
I don't know. It doesn't go far, man.
Yeah. There's one place I always put it. I can reach out, grab it. I don't even have to look. And so if it's not there, gravity might have had an effect on it. Look around. But the grandkids come over, and then there's all bets are off.
I'm a bad one. I'll have it on my lap or something. I'll get up and then it hits the ground.
Yeah.
Of course, now we have more tile in the house,
so you'll hear it.
And it also knocks the compartment off for the batteries to come out. So I put a little piece of Gorilla black tape on it. So if I do drop it, it doesn't come off.
Yeah, you don't want regular duct tape on it. That would look terrible. That would be tacky. So you got a nice black one.
It's black. It matches. You can't even tell it's tape. So one day the batteries were dead. She couldn't get it open.
That's funny.
No, it wasn't.
Well, now it is.
I had to explain, who put tape on it? Well, how many people live here? Right. Yeah, it was me. I did that because it kept popping open.
That's the problem with once the kids go out, now you get blamed for all the things you do.
Because it's right. She's right in blaming me. It'd be true. Absolutely true. I want to talk about the one American bill you can't afford to go up. The one that you can't afford. Electric.
Well, I read the headline there. There's an emerging industry.
Yeah, data industry.
Okay.
Okay, and again, I'm very pro
data center.
Data center.
Yeah.
I am.
So this sounds
but I'm also pro doing your homework to make sure it's a good fit.
Yes.
I'm not saying just go and do one that's going to ruin your city. And no, they don't all ruin your city. But this mentions and that the prices of power is going to go up because of it. And I hate this, and it may be true. I don't know.
Well, if you get a bad deal when the data center comes in,
it's not saying that the data center in your neighborhood is going to cause it to go up. It's more that the power companies have to find more power.
Right.
They have to build more stuff. They have to build more lines and do all that, which isn't necessarily right where the data center is. They're just doing their projections on growth, and they say we need to grow the amount of power we have. We need to grow the transformers and all the power distribution system.
Right.
Not necessarily the data center. Even if you don't look at the data center, you just know it's more power.
Right.
It's going to automatically cause them to spend more money when there's going to be an increase nationwide on some electricity, whether we ever have a data center here or not.
Right. But they get to say, "Oh, we're preparing for the future."
So I want to talk to corporation commissioners and say, how can we make this to where, because I think it's unique. I mean, everybody uses power.
Right.
Companies use a lot of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure car companies that have assembly lines and everything use as much as a data center.
Yeah.
They do. And businesses pay more per kilowatt.
Yes, they do.
Than a normal resident.
I found that out when I had my business.
And that's probably because they need more infrastructure. They're bigger demand.
Well, there could I think it might be a legal because I didn't have more electricity use.
No, they pay more per kilowatt.
But I think there might be laws that say residential people get a better deal because
they do.
People need it. Electricity.
They do. So whatever we're paying, they're paying more.
Right.
So it's not like we're giving things to them.
Right.
So and I don't know. Maybe they look at commercial use of the grid is a bigger percentage than residential use. I have no idea how they do it, but they do. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a political thing.
Well, if you're making money, we're going to charge you money.
Maybe. But I don't know how to get around it. But this article, and of course, it's research. It's Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas researched it. Found that AI growth data centers could make electricity more expensive for households in the coming years. And I hate to read it, even if it's true. And it may be. And I don't know how much these nuclear power plants are going to mitigate that. And they're being under construction right this minute.
Yeah.
And we all know nuclear is the cheapest. And are these pocket reactors, or these small ones, are they still the cheapest per kilowatt hour?
Right.
I haven't seen a lot of data on that. We do know that stuff like Palo Verde, cheapest energy you're going to buy on the planet.
Yeah.
Palo Verde.
Well, and as the technology gets used more and more, it becomes cheaper. So
right. But is Palo Verde cheaper because it's one huge mass?
Right. I'm sure.
I don't know.
I expect.
Not necessarily, but it could be.
It's generally the way it is.
It may be more because it takes so much manpower. And then you have so many more transmission lines. If you do it locally, you have less transmission lines.
That would be an issue too. Yeah.
I don't know. I need to get some experts come in here and talk to me.
Well, then why did you bring me in to talk?
Because we can discuss getting experts. But in the meantime, we need to be aware for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
I'm pro the move into these data centers. I am.
Right.
I'm also pro getting the right one. I don't want one that's going to hurt our water. I don't want one that's going to hurt our electricity.
Right.
I don't want one that's going to keep neighbors up at night. All those things are true. We got to make sure the parameters are such it fits for our community and our city, our state. And I think we can do that.
Absolutely.
I do
think we can. Yeah.
The issue of power being higher, and I'm not talking just at the end point, but the whole infrastructure and all that. How do they make sure that we're not taking the hit for that? And that comes from the Corporation Commission.
Right. So,
because they're the ones. I mean, APS can go to them and say, look, guys, we got to build double the infrastructure in the next 10 years, and here's what's going to do the rates.
Right. So we need to elect good.
The question is, well, why do you have to double the infrastructure? We're going to have double the residents? No. We're going to have a 5-10% growth in residents. We're going to have a twofold growth in energy demands for data centers. I would say, well, there you go.
Charge the data center.
Yeah, if that's what we need to do, if that's all possible. But then at the same time, if a data center brings its own nuclear reactor, APS has to do nothing.
Right. There might be a few extra lines that they need to go up, but
maybe. But really, they don't have to transmit it from Palo Verde. No one has to put in those huge things to run it down here, unless and again, that's where I need to ask. Does APS have to build enough just in case that unit goes down? Does there have to be backup, or if that unit goes down, does it shut that plant down?
Well, yeah, and anything that gets connected, because we had that big, massive power outage over the desert Southwest states here, 12 years ago or something.
Somebody dropped a wrench.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, and it triggered,
and it was in Yuma.
It triggered collapses all over the place. So that would be an issue.
What they would do with that wrench?
But there's extras that it should be on display somewhere.
That should be hanging in the safety room. This is the wrench.
But if they and the solution, I think, is those mini reactors.
It looks like it could
quick,
be
easy electricity,
and there's
cheap. And the biggest downside to desalinating water is the energy use. Well, these little reactors have plenty of energy.
Well,
so it can solve two problems.
It is a lot on desalination.
Yeah,
but it's not near as much as it used to be.
Right. Yeah, everything's getting
the cost of it is like 10% what it used to be. They can desalinate now at a really reasonable rate.
Yeah,
like $250 an acre foot.
And we need that.
We do.
Oh my goodness.
But nobody's pulling string. They're all looking like
the last time we went over the Hoover Dam, you could see the holes they drilled to divert the water when they first built the dam. It's just
it's not good.
Yeah.
But this article says that the generation of electricity could be 20 to 30% higher by 2028. Now, that's right. It's 26, guys. They're talking about 20, 30% increase. Well, right now, I think APS is asking for a 14% increase in 1 year. And it's not going to be the wholesale price. And they talk that the wholesale electricity prices could be 2 to 6% higher nationwide, because they've got to ramp up.
Right.
They've got to build more power.
Yeah, you do that. And it's a difficult position to be in. They have to do things before you need it.
And take that 2 to 6%. They pass it out to everybody, not just to. I mean, granted, when a data center comes in, they pay for all their own crap.
Right.
You need transmission lines, you're paying for it.
Pay for it. Right.
Yeah, you need all the stuff you're paying for. You're paying for it. But when you start looking at the whole, issue of where the power's coming from, if they're ramping up, it's going to be spread out.
Right.
That's a deal. Now,
so
that doesn't mean that the family bill is going to get 23% increase.
No.
But the single large data center that uses much more electricity as a small city,
and
is the reason they're building it.
And
so what's fair?
The data centers,
and it doesn't even matter if it comes to your community or not.
Right. Oh yeah, that's true.
It's going to be for the state.
Yeah.
They didn't say let's raise Yuma's rates because they're looking at a data center.
Right.
They said, we got to raise APS because we have more work to do to improve and make more capability of our power grid.
And that's why it's so important to make sure you elect corporation commissioners that you can trust to look at all these issues and get into the nitty gritty of what's going on. And okay, yes, we can agree you need to raise the rates.
I don't
maybe
know.
You don't need to raise them as much as you are, and maybe you can structure the way it's spread out to the customers in such a way that it doesn't kill
it's a fact we want data centers.
Right.
It's a fact they're going to build them.
Yes.
It's also a fact that if they build them, we're going to need more equipment being built, more of that stuff that we share, that's shared, and it's going to go up.
Yep.
The corporation commission is going to decide how to divvy it up. Like if you raise rates on residential, is that the right thing to do? But is it the right thing to do to just businesses? Some businesses don't even have a data center.
And rates go up every year for everything. So, that's going to happen. But
I think
how much it goes up, and that's what the Corporation Commission does, is they approve those. They've given APS a monopoly.
But their job is to keep them in business. You can't.
Well,
you can't say, look, we're requiring you to put in this infrastructure, but you can't raise your rates. They're going to say something's going to break. We either can't put it in.
That's what I was saying. The Corporation Commission is basically giving APS a monopoly.
Yes,
but they, the problem with the monopoly is they can do whatever they want, and
but they
can't stop them. So the Corporation Commission says, we're going to help you, let you be in business on your own, but we're going to put in some safeguards for the community.
Government controlled, which is always sketchy. I don't like government controls, but on this monopoly, it's necessary.
Yeah. So the Corporation Commission tries to balance,
and they
keeping APS in business and protecting.
And they kick back things all the time.
Yeah.
Like they say, we need more money because we're going to buy Cadillacs for everybody. They say, no, you're not.
Yeah.
And that's an example. It probably doesn't exist, but I'm just using that, but they do kick things out sometimes. So you're not going to do that because they have to get P&Ls and give perspectives and tell them why they're spending it, what they're spending it on. And the government can say no.
Yep. And they have.
Yeah. It's a double check.
Yep.
Well, I hope the data centers, they have to, and Donald Trump started this stuff. I mean, Donald Trump gave the approval for the companies to build these nuclear reactors. There's 10 companies that are getting some money from the government to get these things rolling, to get it going. These are startups mostly. And they're building, they're going to be some of them have operational units already.
Good.
And some of them said they're going to build like 10,000 units every year from 28 on.
Really?
10,000.
That's a lot.
Well, you got to remember they're not all that big.
Huh.
Some will only take 1,000 or 2,000 residents. So because what they're looking at is like small islands or something.
Yeah, that would be good.
Stick it out there. Yeah. You got Castle Dome Mine out there. That does all solar, but it would be perfect for a small nuke for and these things are the size of a washing machine.
Really?
Yep.
I expect like a house size kind of thing.
No, I mean there's some other equipment that goes along with it, but the reactor itself is like a washing machine.
Okay.
But there's some other infrastructure wires and stuff. But yeah, and they bury some of them are buried in the ground. Security and everything, no one could get to them. They bury them. That's
it is exciting to see the possibilities.
But it's going to unfold now. It's coming now. And this is all Trump executive orders, shortcutting this thing and saying, let's get busy. We've had the technology for years.
Oh, yeah. Decades.
The technologies on submarines, it's on battleships, it's out there. It's got a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
These new carriers, all the carriers have nuclear.
Yeah. And, last time the Arizona Commission candidates came by and were talking. I was talking to Keith Ware because they were mentioning, we need to, delve into nuclear power. And I was talking to Keith Ware. I said, I don't understand why we're not using nuclear power more. And he was like, 3 Mile Line, people are terrified. They're still scared.
It's a public opinion thing. It's a fear.
And I think
it's not
enough time has come by that the younger people don't have any idea what 3 Mile Island is. and they hear about these nuclear-powered submarines and battleships and things that are all over the world, and they're hearing more about its safe usage than its negative effects. And I think we're primed for the time. And now we've got the technology to have these smaller nuclear reactors. I think time is perfect to
all those nuclear reactors like Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, Fukushima were such an old design they wouldn't even make one like that anymore.
No.
But now they're built more safety.
Yeah.
If something fails, it shuts down. In the past, if something failed, it burned down.
Right.
Because you couldn't cool it anymore.
Right.
Now it's normal. If power goes out, it goes to safety to keep it cool.
Well, and that's the nature of everything that's ever been done.
Yeah.
When you do it the first time, you think it's great, and then something fails. So you fix that, and then it's great, and then something fails, and you just keep getting better with every iteration.
Well, and I always use the analogy of like a tractor trailer. 80,000 pounds run down the street. If the brakes fail, that thing's wild. Will run away.
Right.
Well, now they don't build them that way. If the brakes fail, it stops.
Right. Yeah,
because
the default is braking.
The default is braking. So for a tractor trailer to move, you got to start the engine, let the air build up, because the air's got to back the brakes off.
Right.
And then it can go. And if that brake line breaks, it's a sudden stop, man. And that's a safer thing than a runaway 80,000 pound truck.
Yeah, they have those runaway truck exits on the interstate.
Well, that's where when the brake pads fail. Like if you run them till they burn off, and it doesn't matter about the technology of application, because there's nothing to apply it to. Right. I don't know how often those are used. I don't know.
I think I've heard of one.
Yeah.
In all the years that I've been here in Yuma.
But generally, a truck's not gonna.
No.
I've seen bad drivers, and you get behind them, and it's burning brakes. You can smell what it smells like. It ain't good.
The bad drivers I see are usually weaving back and forth, so I get past them as fast as I can.
Yeah, and usually they're going, like they're weaving around, and usually going faster than recommended speeds.
Mm-hmm.
And they got like a new driver.
Yeah,
new driver that doesn't speak English.
They could be a new driver. We got that driving school here in Yuma.
I've never heard anything bad about them.
No.
I kept thinking, with all the nonsense that's going on about getting people certified to drive, they've shut a lot of them down.
The driving schools?
Yeah. This one's not.
Well, California was giving licenses to everybody. If you could breathe, you got a license.
That was a California policy.
Arizona is different.
Yeah, they didn't want to follow any government guidelines.
Arizona is better.
I can't believe California is going to be able to continue to pay the bills. I mean, they're already struggling.
Well,
and they're getting cut off from federal funds.
Raise the taxes.
Well, federal funds going away on some things, some issues. They're not going to pay for it. Feds are, because they refuse to give information.
Yeah.
On everything from voting records, which feds have a right to know because there's federal guidelines.
Yeah.
They're not. I mean, the states have to run the elections. States do it.
California has been priming their people for socialism for years, so they can just raise the tax rates, and nobody's going to complain.
Yeah, they do. And in fact, they complain by renting U-Hauls, and U-Haul is not.
But then they leave behind the socialist people, and it just gets exponentially worse in California.
But eventually it's
going to collapse.
And when they move, those socialist people automatically become socialist people to another state. They don't change. They just think we can do it better at the next state we destroy.
Oh, you're saying some of the
some of the socialists aren't going to change.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to say, "Well, we made a mistake. This thing's."
Some of them are moving out too.
Probably,
but that is my concern. As they're moving out of Arizona, California, if they're stopping here in Arizona, they're
according to voter registration,
dilute the
migrants from California quite heavily are more Republican when they get here. They don't want to put up with the socialists.
Right. But how Republican are they? They might be a little less.
More so than you, maybe. I don't know. Let's take a phone call. Jim Pfaff's on the line. Good morning, sir.
Hey, how are y'all? Am I okay on the speakerphone while I'm driving?
You sound fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. Some of them are terrible. Yours is better, or you're a better operator. I have no idea.
Just a little bit of wind.
Yeah.
I think it's me. I'm sure.
First thing, where are you driving to?
I'm driving to DC.
To DC? Oh, are you going to see the race?
Actually, well, I'm glad you mentioned that because whoops, we didn't think about that. It's going to be but we're in the apartment I have is in Northern Virginia on the other side of the river, so it should be fine.
So you should be good,
but no, we're not going to go there. We're not going to be able to go to it. So
well, I just I have
that'd be cool though.
That would be cool.
You should have called me. I got you a media pass.
Well, listen, you guys have to remember, as I always say, I'm from Indianapolis. We run a little race there. You might have heard of. Racing is me. I'm driving actually with my wife, who is part of a racing family. For anyone who follows dirt track racing, her cousin was Steve Kinser, who's like by far the winningest World of Outlaws champion of all time. And her dad and his dad started that racing team. So we're all into racing.
I have been to Indy many times, to the race, in the Brickyard, also the Brickyard and the Indianapolis 500. But that's when I worked for Napa Auto Parts, and I was getting sponsored. You know? That's the best way to go.
Got to go to the suites. Did you
go
to the suites by chance?
Oh yeah. Bosch would take me a few times and stuff. I'd just be in the Bosch suites.
For those who ever grew up around Indianapolis, they know this. And by the way, I have a really good friend of mine who worked with me at FedEx. We were both original employees of the FedEx hub in Indianapolis, and he lives there in El Paso right now. But so he might be overhearing me. But when the race comes to Indianapolis, at least when I was a kid, we lived on the south side of Indy. The race is on the west side. And to get into the race, it was a 4-hour drive to go about 10 miles. It was crazy. And but it's a fantastic experience. It truly is the greatest spectacle in racing. The Brickyard 400, I mean, just gets as high as Daytona and NASCAR because people know the history and tradition of it. And I'm glad that history and tradition, Roger Penske worked out a deal to take to Washington, D.C. this weekend, and I'm really excited about it.
I think you should go, but it's too late now, probably. I went there once with Napa Auto Parts. Napa Auto Parts sponsored it, and there was 50 of us. We were on a bus, and they didn't want to leave until about an hour before we had to be there. 1 hour before, and I thought, man, we'll never get in ever. And then all of a sudden, all these motorcycle police show up. And the bus driver says, time to board. We got on, and we never got under 30 miles an hour all the way. And we had cars pulling over into the grass. I mean, there were sirens. I don't know what Napa paid for that, but I wouldn't have believed it could happen. But they took us right to the front gate, and it wasn't. I mean, we didn't slow down once.
Well, what they paid for were those suites, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they're really premier. They're right on the second turn. You see everybody coming toward you from the start finish line. It's a really cool place to watch the race. But I'll tell you what, you go back into the 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s during the race, and the drivers would this is when it wasn't as big it was a big race, but the USAC circuit wasn't big then. Those drivers would stay in people's homes in Speedway, Indiana. It was not uncommon it was not uncommon for the race. I've heard these stories a million times. It's not uncommon for the race winner who could quickly get in and out, just like you guys did, to be playing with the kids in the yard of the house he was staying in, while everyone's still trying to file out of the stadium. That was not an uncommon thing.
Well, now it's helicopters now.
In those days.
These guys all get helicopter rides to the airport. We didn't get that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Iran war. I don't know where we stand politically, and if people are all like ready to end it, if they've accepted it, or where it goes. But how does this thing end?
Honestly, I don't know, because the way it ends, as best I can tell, is in Donald Trump's brain.
Yeah.
And I think he's obviously decided to stick it out, but I think he has not decided what that really means, what stick it out means.
Yeah.
This is the challenge of going into wars at all.
Right.
Because we always get into this situation where the end game is not known, or at least in modern times. I mean, since World War II, we haven't known what the end game of a war is. We didn't know it in Korea. We definitely didn't know it in Vietnam.
Right.
All we knew is we were going to send our guys out to fight communists.
Right.
And this is why, you harken back to the famous comedy that people Gen X and older know about called MASH, which anyone that's seen it, they might think that was in Vietnam. It wasn't. It was in Korea.
Right.
Like that was the first time in our history as a country where we felt we were doing wars. And it's like, well, what is this all about? What are we accomplishing here? And we've maintained that ever since. I mean, it's really, that's my frustration with what's going on in Iran at this stage. I think Trump thought that he'd go in, knock out the 40 people, people would cower on their knees, and he would do sustained bombing to destroy the military.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost think like the end game really is probably there. And that you just walk away now and say, their military is useless. We've changed the economic order that they lived under. And now rest of the world, it's your.
I think he was expecting the people to rise up because there was so much dissension at the time. If we go in and chop off the head, the people can rise up and take over, but they didn't.
Well,
and so then we're like, now what do we do?
They did in some areas, but it hasn't been widespread.
And let me say this: if that was on his mind, then he messed it up on the run up.
Yeah.
Because remember, there was a lot of tension about how many people were being killed who were demonstrating, and it was weeks and weeks and weeks of that, and Donald Trump did nothing.
Right. I saw what's his name, Andrew Cuomo, on Bill Maher the other day, and he said basically the same thing. That he likes the idea that we're trying to stop Iran from having a nuclear weapon, but he said we started it wrong. We should have started it sooner when all of that was going on, and been a part of that. But we just missed the mark on it.
At least as far as we know, we weren't part.
Right.
Do you believe?
I was just going to say, I think he needs to find the end point now. It's really getting frustrating for Americans. I have been supportive of the president's goals and what he wants to accomplish, and also of some of the fallout that's hitting China, the international community in general. Like Iran really was a linchpin in all that's happened internationally. There's a whole lot that the president has done, that Marco Rubio has done, and that Scott Bessent has done to totally change the corrupt financial order that frankly sustained Iran. Right. So I'm positive about all that, but I'm really sick and tired of us just doing wars. We have just got to stop it and then make America great again.
Yeah.
Do you believe all the things that's been coming out about the Lincoln, the aircraft carrier, that troops are ready to revolt? And there's
no.
All right.
No.
I've known people that were on ship.
I don't believe it in the least.
Yeah. Things that can happen, but I don't think it's to the extent that we're talking.
My understanding, it's time for Lincoln to go home anyway. It looks like they're going to be relieved by the Washington, maybe.
Well, they're on more than 250-day mission.
Yeah.
They were in port 200 days ago, according to reports. That's a long time at sea, but you know what?
That's what they do.
And my friend Colonel Alan West, I was on Real America's Voice Monday, I think, or Friday, and he was on just before me. It's so funny because we end up going right after each other unexpectedly. But he made the point as I was listening to him at the end of that. That's what soldiers sign up for. They know that, particularly sailors.
Yeah.
They know that these are long missions. And listen, a 250-day mission is not unheard of outside a time of war.
Right.
On an aircraft carrier and on carrier groups. They do that sort of thing fairly regularly. And certainly it's challenging. It's very tough. But I don't believe that there's revolt. I think that is something the Democrats want to stir up. There are probably some people that are really frustrated, some sailors that are really frustrated with it. I'm not going to say there aren't, but generally, I don't think that's the case. I don't think the morale's down.
Well, they picked on this one sailor lady that said she just joined a BSP, few weeks at sea, visit Paris or something, which doesn't have a dock. and
well, if that's what she thought, then she did the wrong thing. She had no idea what she was doing.
Well, and that happens a lot. You know, in the Marine Corps, you got people join, and then all of a sudden we go to war. Like, oh, I didn't sign up for that. Yeah, actually, you did.
Now the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, just from looking at it, it would be ideal if we never needed it again, because it's just pain. It's always been a pain. It's been problems since Reagan and others. And they just mentioned the Keystone Pipeline again, that Trump is opening that or finding a way to get that done. Alternatives in Alaska, alternatives everywhere. Could we just forget that whole place of the world and just say, look, let's just get so much oil in Venezuela and Alaska and Canada and other places that are unexplored, and just let them fight amongst themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the answer is yes. I mean, the only amongst themselves in the Strait of Hormuz being closed is that it does affect things internationally, and that does economically affect us, as we're watching happen right now. That said, we do not need the world when it comes to oil, even without the Keystone Pipeline. If the Keystone Pipeline gets built, because remember, all that oil in Manitoba, it's mostly Manitoba that's coming out of, all that oil, that's like vastly more oil production than Canada will ever need in its foreseeable lifetime.
Yeah.
And if that comes down into the United States, all that does is bolster up what we already have an abundance of and don't need that.
Right.
But the other thing that it would hopefully do, and certainly with Trump changing and Lee Zeldin changing the way the EPA works, we just might be able to, after a long period of time, start building oil refineries again. I mean, how amazing would that be? And then there is no stopping us on the international stage.
There is one.
And we will control what takes place in oil.
There is one being built in Texas right now. It's going to handle our oil, because a lot of people don't know the oil that we pump out of the ground isn't really tuned. I mean, the refineries aren't tuned for that. We'd have to change. Well, they're building a new one in Texas right now that'll be able to take our oil more. But a lot of our oil goes offshore, so we have to ship other oil in.
I think we need to have oil refineries all up and down the Louisiana and Texas coast.
Yeah.
They are there, obviously, to some degree in large number now. We need more.
Yeah.
It would just, and the perfect thing about that is that we've got the perfect opportunity to trade refined products as well as just straight oil products all over the world, because the Gulf of America has some excellent bays in it that can allow these things to allow us to really dominate this on the world stage. We have siphoned off oil refining to other countries for decades now, and it's been insane, and we need to change that. So, I mean, we got a long way to go, and the refinery being built there is going to take, it takes 5-7 years to build these things.
It's not small.
But we need to get moving on it.
Well, only one of them that I know of. And the Keystone Pipeline, my understanding is that's going to go all the way down to New Orleans. That's going to be a lot of just export.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it'll be a combination of refining and export, because I think we do have refineries on the Gulf Coast that can handle some of the oils in Manitoba. Which, remember, it's mostly oil sands. They gotta heat that stuff up to take the oil, to separate the oil from the sand.
Yeah.
So it's got some dirty stuff in it. But what's interesting is that oil can also be really good for international shipping, because these international ships, they use the oil that is all the gunk left over from refining, and that stuff in Manitoba can do that too. So we have a lot of versatility, because Texas oil is a bit different. than up in the Rome Plateau in Colorado, which is different than what's up in North Dakota, which is different than what's over in California. We've got a real, and our oil actually is better in terms of clean oil overall that comes out of the United States. In other words, we just have a lot of opportunity to continue to dominate oil around the world. And frankly, when you see that, when they say that Russia and Saudi Arabia, or excuse me, Venezuela and Saudi Arabia have the top two proven reserves of oil, that's technically true. And the Energy Information Association would press on that. But in reality, when you look at what's on the Rome Plateau between Utah and Colorado, there are total unproven and proven reserves of about 900 billion barrels of oil, like twice what is combined with Russia and Saudi Arabia, almost twice.
Yeah, you're talking like the Green River
with some of the oil there, huh?
The Green River area up there in Colorado and all that. Is that what you're talking about?
It's on the western slope around Grand Junction.
Yeah, that's called Green River.
And on the eastern,
I've heard like 2 to 2.5 trillion barrels if they really went through the whole thing.
But there have been varying estimates, and of course, as you guys know, I spent a lot of years in Colorado politics. I used to try to throw out that larger number, but I had a lot of people who I respect bring me back down to 900 billion. And in fact, the EIA does report unproven reserves at approximately 900 billion. But yeah, it could be much more than that. But the big problem with extracting oil in Colorado, except for Weld County, Colorado, around Greeley, which if you drive up and down I-25, you see oil pumps all up and down the road. But over on the western slope, where they do have pumps and a lot of natural gas that they get out, the problem with getting the oil there is it's in situ in the ground, and there have been processes developed to extract it, but environmentalists have kept that from being utilized because of environmental concerns related to the fact that they go into the ground, they put like an ice barrier around a large circular area where they intend to extract the oil. They heat that up, very similar to what they do with the oil sands in Manitoba, but it's a little bit more complicated to process. They heat it up, extract the oil, and then they're done with it. But there are claims that it'd be too much water, it would be, and it would harm the environment. And that's the thing that stopped that. But it would be a fantastic thing if we could ever do it. It's more expensive to extract too. So if you get to $30, $40 a barrel, then it's you can't do it.
It's impossible.
But it's all there. We've got a lot.
We're not going to be out. It's a matter of what you're going to pay for it. Right. It's more expensive. The press secretary,
as one geologist famously said, I wonder where all the hydrocarbons, how many dinosaurs died on Titan to produce all those hydrocarbons. I mean, there's a belief that it actually generates itself. I don't know how true that is, but that's what some serious people have said. Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. Press secretary is leaving, which surprise. I didn't realize she was 28 years old.
She's so young.
I know.
Oh yeah.
She's a baby. And great lady. I mean, I like her. What are your odds on the next press secretary? Who do you think it's going to be?
Boy, I really have no idea. I think the strongest talk that I've heard, and I'm not close enough to get a perfect read, is her deputy right now, who I don't know well, but if I were Trump, because of all the trouble they'd given her, I'd have that lady John Ossoff claimed was he was having an affair with or implied. I'd make her press secretary. She seems very competent, but it seems like it's going to be her deputy. There have been some talk of Scott Jennings taking that job. I have to tell you, after seeing what people like Dan Bongino are having to go through to try to ramp back up their radio presence, if I were Scott Jennings on the rising one, I'd stay in that.
Right.
Just keep supporting the president from the outside.
Yeah. Anna Kelly's her deputy, and I don't know anything about her really at all. Scott Jennings, I love the guy. on CNN. I'd hate to see him leave, and I think he'd take a pay cut. But
he probably would.
Yeah. But he's been going. I guess he went to dinner with some of the staff from Trump in D.C. to discuss some things. Yeah. Of course, that starts rumors.
So the balance there is that when you are in front of the media every single day, like everyone, most people know who Caroline Leavitt is.
Yeah.
Well, Scott puts himself out every single day from that podium. Then you can reap the benefits of that on the back end. Because even though a lot of us know him and follow him, it's mostly people that have seen him on social media. But when you are on every major network and being covered by every news outlet known to man every day in that position, then you can reap benefits from that. And to be candid, let's just be honest. And I'm not casting aspersions on Scott Jennings to say what I'm about to say, because I think he's a pretty solid guy. But let's just be honest. So many people go to Washington, D.C. to make something of themselves.
Yeah.
And to get something out of it. And it's why it becomes such an incestuous environment.
Yeah.
And listen, I know a lot of people in Washington. It's just the same people recycled over and over again. And there's a cadre of people that I know and are friends who are in and around that system, but are really trying to break it down in very honest ways. So there's some good in it, but there are just a lot of people who, they're looking for that lobbying job. I'll tell you, I was chief of staff for a total of 8 years for 2 different members. And I know a lot of formerly fellow chiefs of staff who are making a buttload of money 2-3 times what they were making before in a lobbying firm, because as a chief of staff, particularly if you were on an important committee, you can make a lot of money. But that's the brass ring that a lot of people are trying to grab when they go to DC. And
of course,
it's really a bit obscene, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough to make that other way. But look who Trump has surrounded himself with. The billionaires are cabinet members now, and they did not get a pay raise.
Well, and one of the best things, by the way, and I'm sad that it all broke apart and we allowed it to somehow, but one of the best things about Doge is probably more than half of the people that went in there to do that with Elon were people who already had wild success in Silicon Valley.
Right.
They were just skilled and capable.
Yeah.
There's some others who weren't. I've got a couple guys that I work with that do tech projects for me in, related to Conservative Caucus. And they were asked to go be on that because of some of the stuff they've done. So it's not everybody is, but a lot of those people that I felt made the Doge effort an honest effort, because these were people that were not getting benefit out of it, who didn't need to go to Washington, D.C. And when you don't need to go to Washington, D.C. and you do something, there's a better than even chance that you're not going to corrupt yourself over time if it's a short-term thing. But too many people spend too long in Washington.
They didn't stay long enough. The data centers continues to be in the news. I read West Virginia, rather than blocking them like Texas did and say we're not going to let them happen, they're putting a program together. Patrick Morrissey, the governor there, put a program together we're going to eliminate income tax by being a hub for as many data centers as we can get.
There are some. I know West Virginia very well. Lived there the first 6 years of my life, and I worked very closely with the West Virginia Republican Party in the early part of this century. The current Secretary of State, Chris Warner, who's a friend of mine, was the state party chairman back then. Morgantown is and northern areas there, Clarksburg, Morgantown area. There's flat enough ground up in that way. By the way, it's called the Mountain State. There's a good reason for that. It is a very, not by Rocky Mountain standards, but even by Eastern standards, it is a very rocky and mountainous state. But there are places that are good connections, and Morgantown's one of them because of West Virginia University. And they've got a decent school there that could be expanded upon. You could bring in a lot more talent. There are a lot of people in that state who have blue-collar jobs that are perfect for the type of work that needs to be done on these centers: HVAC work, plumbing work, and then people would love living in West Virginia who wanted to help install from a technical perspective. It actually is a wonderful state. I love it very much. I think it would be a good thing for that state that has been continually decimated because of the reduction of the amount of coal that we produce in this country.
Right.
We have shut down so many coal-fired power plants that it actually has caused the industry to wane. It was a big part of what West Virginia was for a long time. I think that I'm pro data center, but this is a very bad issue right now across the country. I was just talking to someone about Wisconsin recently, and the numbers against data centers up there, which is, by the way, a purple state, are really bad. Ohio is, I think you mentioned that could be a problem. Vivek Ramaswamy came up with what to me seemed like a really weird proposal to deal with the data center thing, because he's pro data center, he's a tech guy, but it was just kind of odd the way he approached it, because people are trying to figure out how to weave through this properly. But I will say this: the reason this negativity has arisen, that should be obviously not there, because everyone complaining about them has their cell phone on them.
Yeah.
And there's a big old data center running all that information, right? It's already there. It's not like this is anything new. But the reason it's happening is because we've got money coming from communist China funding the efforts to try to take these things down. And we need to stop China's influence in our elections and in our political discourse, because they are very dominant, far more than a lot of people realize. And that's the reason the data center thing's so negative, because obviously they benefit when that doesn't happen. And by the way, if we wanted to go over to China, some group of us, and put $1 billion in to getting people over in China mad about data centers, guess what's going to happen to you if you try to do that? You're going to jail for the rest of your life.
Nothing good.
Right? Yeah. I mean, let's take a look at what the differences are here. So,
Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vidman lost his bid. I think it was in Florida, and lost it to Angie Nixon, a Democrat socialist. What's going on with the Democrat Party? Vidman, a very popular guy in the Democratic Party, I think, even though he's kind of creepy to me.
Well, I think your average Democrat voter is probably not, from his personality at least, thinking, oh, what a lovable guy. I mean, he seems like a good dude. Like Mark Kelly, who's an idiot, senator from Arizona, but he's likable, he's personable. Alexander Vindman, the picture that people are going to have of Alexander Vindman, even if they love the fact that he was taking it to the man, against Trump, because he was sitting there in these congressional hearings lying about the whole Ukraine call thing. No one saw those hearings and thought this guy was approachable. The Democrats might have been glad that he was going after Trump, but no one came across him and felt that there was good sentiment. That's one thing. The second thing is, and I talked to someone who, I hadn't looked at it, but his filings with the FEC, a lot of consultant money. He raised, I think, like $16 million. She had $750,000, I think, and beat him. And I think the consultant class got to that one. And then she ran a grassroots campaign, which is the one thing that Republicans refuse to do, even to this day. You look at any campaign finance report of any serious congressional campaign for Republicans, and you find a lot of consultant money. I just saw another one recently that should have won and didn't, and had given, Win Red is a credit card processing or company. They make their money on processing the donations, and this person paid them a consulting fee. It's just insane. But these are transfers of money. I mean, I'm not against people making money running political campaigns, but this is obscene. And I think Vindman is one of them that got caught up in that. And I don't think anyone likes him anyway, no matter how much they're glad that he took it to Trump.
Right. But the socialist thing, it seems to be having legs. I don't think it does, except in smaller areas, but they're coming active enough. It made, people nervous, including Hakeem Jeffries, that had come out and denounced the party.
Listen, they are making waves in the Democrat Party because the Democrat Party is DSA, even though they might not have ever been directly associated with it. The heart of the Democrat Party is what DSA is about. DSA just says it out loud. And there are certainly some detractors of that, serious ones in the Democrat Party, but generally, this is the direction that they've always planned to go. I mean, they want complete control of political power in this country, and they've been willing to bypass the Constitution and the regular order of things to make that happen. So it's not surprising, ultimately. The problem is, for them, I think, and it may say Republicans if it goes deeper than it is now, is that the ick factor.
Right.
Yeah.
The Democrat Socialists of America, which is, in effect, the Communist Party of America. That ick factor is getting into Americans, and it just might save Republicans' butts in November, because Republicans aren't, in a general sense, are not doing a dang thing to attract themselves to the American people. And the American people do not generally want, in fact, Democrat numbers are lowest they've ever been in all the history of recording favorability of political parties. And that still is not moving the needle. And Republicans could just grab this down like the ripest piece of fruit off a tree if they would just decide to do things like pass the Save America Act. And they won't do it because they love the scheme that they put together. And $40 trillion of debt later, we've got it. By the way, I get why there might be criticisms of Donald Trump related to debt that came through his two administrations. I get that. And there's some culpability, but don't go blaming Donald Trump for this. It's Congress, and it's Republicans in Congress, and it's Democrats in Congress who have built a détente that I've talked about now for more than 16 years when I was exposed to it working on Capitol Hill. You guys let us plus up military money, and we won't fight with you on your social programs. That's what Republicans have done for a long period of time. And we're paying the price for it, every one of us. By the way, it's kind of our fault. We keep electing them. We need to kick the bastards out. So that's where we're at.
We do. It looks like Brian Donald won his bid to become the Republican to go forward on the governor in Florida.
He did, and I'm glad for it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think Byron Donalds would be awesome.
Yeah, I do too. I didn't know if he would make it or not. He's fallen short a few times, but I like that he's in there. And Donald Trump's supporting him. He should have an easier road following DeSantis, shouldn't he?
David Jolly, the Democrat nominee, is speaking stridently against the Democrat Socialists of America. And I think the perception of anyone listening to him speak that might not know him otherwise would be that he is sincere about it. But nonetheless, he has to answer for the fact that it's the Democrat Party, and he's part of it. And he decided to pick up that banner, and the Democrat Party is the DSA right now.
Right.
So that argument can be made. Secondly, it's Florida. It's pretty Republican still. I think Jolly will get some votes. I think he'll get some energy, but Byron Donalds can get energy too. He's working hard and he speaks on the stump. I think it's going to be a closer race than people think, but I think Byron can pull it out because he is the closest to being able to carry on the DeSantis legacy, which is still very positively viewed upon by the people of Florida, even though it's not viewed upon always so well by the state legislature, which he's going to have to deal with also if he's successful. So the early polls haven't come out yet, or if they have, they did today, and I haven't seen it. I think he's going to be successful, and I like Byron Donalds a whole lot. And Fishback's arguments against him, though, it's fair game what we do. I don't believe them, and I think it was excessive. But Byron did a great job in his acceptance speech, bringing it all back together and speaking well of them. And I think he did the right thing, and I think he built some unity in the party that will help him carry forward in November.
Well, Jim, I appreciate the call. You need to go pay attention to the road, maybe. Hopefully your wife's okay with all this.
I'm a multitasker. I can do both. I can think and drive at the same time. Just don't give me any chewing gum.
Okay, gotcha. Jim Pfaff with theconservativecaucus.com or .org, either one. I appreciate all of it. Have a good time. Hopefully you get to see a little bit of the race, even from a distance.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. You take care, guys. Good to be with you.
Take care. Bye. Bye.
What a great guy.
You cheated a little.
Why?
You got all these articles here that you're prepared to talk about. He was not prepared, and he was still able to do so.
Here's where you're wrong. I didn't cheat a little. I have I build a lot of paperwork at my fingertips that I have access to. I just do. Let's talk to Mike. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, Russ.
How are you, sir?
I'm sorry I can't remember the name of the guy that's with you.
Jim Pfaff.
Well,
good morning, Jim.
Yeah, he was.
I'm Jim.
Oh, you're Carl. Oh, Chris.
I'm Chris.
Yeah, Carl's
Carl,
the other guy. Chris.
Whoever.
Same guy.
Look, I want to comment on everybody's armchair warrior comments about Trump and Iran, and you're forgetting a big picture.
What's that?
And I think you're forgetting a big picture because you're beta males. The Republican Party has a majority of beta males. You have no vision. You have no foresight. Let's go back to Iran when the Shah was there. That was a great country. That was a great country when the Shah was in power. Now you can say what you want to say about the Shah, but Iran was a great country.
Yeah.
We need to go and we need to get rid of the mullahs in order to bring Iran back, and that's possible. That's only possible through the vision of Trump, because no Republican would ever conceive trying to bring Iran back to that, which brings stability to the Middle East, which is a hugely difficult thing. Now, that said, let's go back to if Trump would not have prevailed. Kamala Harris, imagine if Kamala Harris prevailed.
Yeah,
that's scary.
It's very
China
scary.
China was positioned to take over this world. Everything that Trump is doing, China was going to do. Trump prevented that. Trump put that third world piece of crap country back into the third world. We have to go back to, and this is a long climb out of the hole that the Republican Party, I'm sorry, put us in, which is we are no longer a manufacturing country. Trump is bringing us back to that great adage, made in America.
Right.
Remember when that meant something?
Of course.
Remember when made in China meant, oh my God.
Yeah.
That usually ended up in the garbage right after Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And so, we have no manufacturing infrastructure here.
Well, we do have it. We don't have it like we used to. But yeah, it's there.
Well, if you want to compete and have an impact on the world, we are lacking in that, and that needs to be fixed. And the reason why we are not a manufacturing country is, again, because of the Democrat Party and the enabling of the beta males in the Republican Party. And that is what we have to get back. In order to become a master of the world, and, I'm sorry, all you isolationists, we have to do it, because if we don't, who's going to fill that is China and Russia. And so we have to keep our foot on the neck of that ideology. Imagine if Kamala Harris would have prevailed. Imagine, because everything that Trump is doing, China would be doing. China was in Africa. That's why Trump went to South Africa and unified and stopped those little wars. Mm-hmm. China and India were working together with Russia to take down the U.S. dollar. That's why he went and intervened with Pakistan and India and with Venezuela. All this stuff plays into that.
Okay.
Because the Democrat Party and the Republican Party beta males were going to let China take over this world. We would have no way to come back.
Well,
so let's talk about Iran on that point of view, because you keep on perpetuating the narrative of the Democrat, which is
I'm never going to stop. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it.
Well, why don't you talk? You can talk anything that the Democrat narrative is. You could say the opposite, which is true.
Sure, but I'm going to tell about what what's going on, what we're up against,
and what the media, what the Democrat media does. It instills a little bit of doubt,
yeah.
And that little bit of doubt forces the idiots of America to doubt what Trump is doing.
Okay.
And that's what you do.
Well,
you're aiding and abetting the Democrats.
I appreciate your opinion. I don't agree with it, but okay.
Well, you can agree or not.
Yeah.
That is exactly what the people are hearing.
Fine.
Now that guy you just had on,
Jim Pfaff. Yeah.
How is that?
What do you mean?
Did he not say he didn't care about making money on campaign financing?
He said he could. No. I think he said more like he could do better on that.
No. He said he thought it was okay if people made money personally on campaign financing.
Okay.
You think that's right?
Well, some people do. That's what they do for a job. I think it is right.
Give a damn, Russ. That shouldn't happen.
Well, I know you don't, but it's a fact. I mean, to get people on there.
You said you didn't want to fix voter fraud back in the 2019 because
and that's where you twist things into a lie. But you're twisting them into.
You did say that.
I did. I said I don't want to fit voter fraud.
Yes.
That's not true.
You said it didn't make a difference going after voter fraud because it's as old as voting itself.
I agree with that comment that it is there. It's there, but we need to contain it. Yeah. We don't need to let it go crazy.
And then he said socialism in the Democrat Party had an ick factor. What the heck is that? Was he a woman?
Has an ick?
An ick factor, really?
I think it does, actually.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
You prove my argument.
Yeah, it makes it. Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, you have lost a lot of credibility
with
where this socialism thing comes in, and you have no feet to stand on when you're trying to go against socialism right now, because you let socialism. The Republican Party is responsible for the socialism in this country. You let socialism in the 7th district, and you said it can't be beat. You laid down. You didn't use any money in the 7th district.
Well, see, you're total. Oh, the 7th district. You mean where Gutierrez is?
Yes, he said socialism couldn't be beat in New York. The National Republican Party laid down, and they let that happen.
The National look. Here's what the Republican Party does. We support Gutierrez, but no one's going to pour $1 million into that. They're not going to do it.
and thus we lost. Socialism took
That's
over
right.
with that congressional.
And if you were in charge of the Republican Party and you had to dole out the money, and you'd look at all of the races and say, Gutierrez needs the most money because he's got the biggest fight.
Damn right.
There you go.
I would do everything I could with
That's
the
fine.
army, with my army of Republicans to defeat socialism.
There you
and
go.
you people who say thank you for your service, just let them walk over you because you laid down.
Okay,
Don't you dare think you're a champion now about socialism, because you're the reason why it's here.
I am the reason, right?
Yes.
I guess that's fair.
The Republican Party, the beta males of the Republican Party.
Yeah.
And you no longer can talk about the Democrat Party as an entity by itself. When you mention the Republican Party, the Democrat Party, you must add the caveat, the Democrat Party and the Republican Party that enables them. Because that is what has been happening until Donald Trump and MAGA came around.
I'm somehow going to strongly disagree with you on most things right today.
You can agree whatever you want.
Oh,
Your
good.
audience knows.
Good. They do know. They absolutely
your
know.
Audience knows. You have lost a lot of credibility with your stand on socialism.
I completely agree with you. I've lost credibility with some.
The ick factor.
All right, buddy.
Factor. That came out of that guy's mouth?
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
socialism is an ick factor?
I think you've got the ick factor today, Mike.
I know I do.
Yeah,
I know I do. In your stand. When you look at Florida, when you look at Florida, the Democrats prove time and time again that they hate blacks.
Oh, really? They hate blacks in Florida? Yeah. No. Okay, I take it back. You're worse than the ick factor.
When you look at the election of Wasserman Schultz, that's a black community. This is in the face of you saying we can't win in the seventh district because there's too many Democrats, there's too many blacks in that particular district that she ran in.
Yeah,
and she beat the blacks, but she wasn't a resident. She wasn't a resident of that community.
Amazing marketing.
And so the community. So you're going to tell me what?
Amazing marketing. I mean, it's kind of a shock. Yeah, she did. She won.
So why can't the Republicans do in the 7th district what the Democrats did in that?
I guess we should sit down and have a conversation about that. Maybe Debbie Wasserman Schultz should have run in southern Arizona. Maybe
I'll tell you what the Republican Party needs to do is hire Nancy Pelosi to lead it.
All right, I'll put you on record for that, buddy. I got to run. Take care. He wants to hire Nancy Pelosi. He was particularly angry today.
Yeah,
that was angry, Mike.
There's a lot of things he was representing.
I don't think he likes me at all. He says I'm a socialist.
Yeah, it's so.
I think
you got the ick factor going.
I got the ick factor. I got to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Gilbert.
All over the place. Yeah. I'm taking a break so I can call Chris Morgan. Oh, Chris. That was Mad Mike calling me back. Mad Mike, not Angry Mike. I can't get into my. I tried. It says I've used too much space. Won't give me a correct email. And we're talking about AOL or Gmail. Oh shoot! Let me try Gmail. Yeah. Well, hold on. I sit down and shut up for a second. Let me check AOL. Hold on a minute. Shut up, Chris. don't have anything. Chris, I don't have anything from him. D sent me something 38 minutes ago, then X 2 hours ago. I don't have anything current. Hold on. I don't have anything, buddy. Have him resend. I'll Yeah. What'd you do to make Mad Mike mad, or Angry Mike angry today, man?
Can I have a better conversation when you
Close that door.
finished a sentence?
Russ Clark back with you. Chris here, he's got to move the door so it's bad. Yeah, there you go. Appreciate it. And I'm sorry, I had to take a break because my office at Precision Automotive, they were I had to do something with payroll. I had it on my phone, but it's not there. I couldn't help them, but I had to. Mad Mike, what are you up to, man?
Oh my God! I want to slap that guy. Add freak factor, it factor, jerk factor, trick factor. Oh my God! He is pissing me off today. I'm telling you, I am mad as hell.
I'm glad we got your blood going. Anyway, yeah.
Tell us what you really think.
The name Mike.
Yeah, he was a little angry today, man. Worse than normal. You know, he didn't like the ick factor.
Yeah.
No, ick factor, jerk factor, yuck factor, blah boom. God, if I could reach through the phone, you know what stress is, right?
Yeah, it's you look it up in Webster. Your picture's in there.
No, stress is the body's natural reaction to needing or not being able to choke the living F out of someone who desperately needs it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take that redefinition.
I'm surprised you don't remember that from the 70s.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's so wrong in so many points.
Yeah.
But he is a loyal Republican.
But he
appreciate that.
But he believes he's right on every point, and the rest of the world has got it wrong.
And as bad as OG. OG thinks he's right on everything too.
Yeah, OG's more right than he's wrong, though. I like OG.
So I agree.
But he does go over he goes over the top too at times. He does, as we all do, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, not me.
Not you.
I don't accept that at all. I never go over it.
Yeah. But if you don't agree with Angry Mike, then you're a socialist, or you don't like Republicans. You don't like it if you don't agree with them. You don't like Republicans. You don't care.
I wish you would quit saying MAGA. It's not MAGA. It's MAGA.
There you go.
That drives me crazy too. Every time he says MAGA.
Yeah, it gives me the ick factor. Yeah, it does.
Dude, I'm gonna calm down. I gotta go.
I appreciate you calling to calm down. I think it's therapy for you.
I
think
I've ended. I think I got it out of my system.
All right.
But oh my God, I want to slap that.
Very good. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I had to get off because we use QuickBooks,
right?
And I'm the security guy. Well, we signed up for it, whatever. And he said I should have a Gmail out there to authorize something. And I kept going through it, and Gmail saying I'm 99% used, but it's not giving me anything to delete. I deleted what I could. It still says I'm 99. They want me to buy space.
Right.
I don't need to buy space. I don't want to store anything on Gmail.
Right.
So I couldn't get any emails to come through. Then he says, "Oh, it was on AOL. It's not on Gmail." So but then I don't have anything on AOL either.
Interesting.
But I'll figure it out when I get out of here, and we'll go figure it out. But I'm getting AOL. It doesn't say I'm out of space, and I don't want to store things on the cloud. I don't need to.
Right.
Just delete it all. I don't care. And there's nothing I'm storing there.
I usually will just dump all my pictures and stuff to my computer, and then
that's what I do. But somehow Gmail's hanging on to it and says, no, you need to pay me $50 a month for storage, or you need 2 trillion spaces, or no. But somehow it's all connected to Google, Gmail all together. So even though I'm not seeing it on Gmail, it's part of my Google.
Yeah, you got Gmail, you got storage.
Stuff.
Yeah,
I think so. Let's talk Gilbert. Good morning, sir.
Let's talk history, Senor Russ,
right.
Senor Chris.
Hey.
That Angry Mike, he's a terrible, terrible Carvel. He is.
He's like James Carville. Okay, good.
Yeah. He's terrible, terrible. First of all, the reason we lost a lot of manufacturing in the United States of America, and you'll recall this, Russ, because smog, and all the feel-good people, including Republicans and Democrats, we were polluting our air across America. So we got a little country called Taiwan to start manufacturing our goods and shipping them across the seas to America.
That happened. That was part of it.
Yes,
part of it.
That's most of it, and the labor costs.
But mostly what they did to get rid of the smog was they put scrubbers on coal plants and all kinds of stuff. We improved the manufacturing. What?
But Russ, well, before they did that, all our manufacturing went out of the United States.
Okay, and I'm not going to agree with you. I'm going to say a lot of it did, not all of it, but a lot of it did.
Did you hear me say all of it?
Yeah.
You didn't hear me say all of it?
Yeah.
You heard me say our manufacturing went overseas because all the food did.
All right. Yeah, some of it did, and a lot of it went over for cost, though. They could get people working for a quarter an hour, and even though
is that called labor cost?
Labor cost, correct?
Labor cost.
Yeah,
I would say a lot of it's labor cost. A lot of it was the environmentalists.
Yeah,
they were telling us we were poisoning our people.
That's why businesses are leaving California right now. The EPA in California is stupid. That's why Musk left. I remember
traveling from Yuma to LA, or the LA area, Pomona, all them upland, and you go up the hill, then you're up on top of the hill, and you saw a gray-green cloud.
It was prettier in Denver. It was purple.
But you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it was more.
That's why a lot of our manufacturing went overseas, because the EPA and the labor costs.
Labor was a big one, and probably some manufacturing too. But I know power plants, they had to put scrubbers. There was a lot of stuff. It changed a lot, and the air got cleaner. But I think the manufacturing can come back now. I think we're clean energy.
The reason we had the scrubbers, because they were forced to put the scrubbers. As long as they weren't forced to put the scrubbers, they were not going to do it, Russ.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. So Angry Mark, he didn't bring that up. And another thing, I hate to say this. Oh, God, it's going to hurt me. Oh, I'm going to have diarrhea after I say this. I got to agree with him about CD7, about putting money into getting Perez to beat Grijalva. And the thing is, the Democrats don't have that much money to put in for her to win.
Right.
But they got socialist money to put in.
Probably.
All the donors, the George Soros and the rest of them, to put in, because they know if they lose that district in the state of Arizona, their whole BS is going to collapse. It's going to collapse. The mayor's going to collapse. All the city council members that are there that are all in line with the Democratic Party, and the judges are going to collapse because they'll be voted out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're going to put a lot of money in there. But as far as why we lost a lot of manufacturing was labor costs and the EPA. And you're right, Russ. You go over the hill, the same hill I used to drive over to get to LA. It's not bad like it used to be.
Right, it did. Back in 70s, 80s, it was terrible. Smog
and 90. Yeah. Smog.
I don't think the kids know what smog is now, do they?
I don't know.
I'm glad they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you need to go back to history. When this guy was talking all this trash, and you know what, Russ? I'm upset with you in a way. Chris, I can't blame you because you didn't do any input on his crap. You failed us, Russ.
What?
You failed all of it. You didn't ask him, well, what the hell is your solution to all this?
Yeah. No, I didn't want to talk to him anymore.
But you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
When he first starts, you should ask him, what are your solutions?
Yeah. He does.
I mean, other than crashing down the Republican Party, other than that, what's your solution?
He doesn't have any. I will ask him next time if he ever calls me again. I'll ask him.
That's what you should have done, just like we talked about yesterday.
But everything he's a Republican, but everything that's wrong, he blames on Republican because we didn't do enough to stop it. Not that we did things. Huh?
We were beta males.
Beta males. We didn't do enough, so it's our fault.
I can say we were at fault by having a lot of people not showing up to vote in the primaries.
Yeah.
Are we going to have the same? Because we all talk about it, Russ. We all talk about the midterms are going to be terrible because nobody wants to go out there and vote. How many times have we said that, Russ?
Have I said that people don't want to vote? I talk about the statistics. Yeah, I'll say, look, voting's lighter during the off season. It is.
Exactly.
That's why it's important to get out there. Yeah.
We get all these surveys, all these statistics, and we talk about it. But again, I'm not putting it all on you, Russ. I'm not putting it all on the Republican Party. I'm putting it on all the Republicans that don't go out and vote, which causes us to be where we are at today.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And I'm not talking about alpha males or any of that. I'm just talking about straight up Republicans and even Democrats that know what's going down. They know the Democratic Party is going down the sewer, but they're not voting with the Republicans to change it.
Yeah,
there's where I'm at. My solution, and it's too bad we don't have those heavy donors that we used to have to put out in the media about how important it is for us to go out there and vote for the midterms. The Republican Party doesn't have that kind of money, but we have rich donors that aren't helping us. And my solution is to get the rich donors to come out and help offset the costs.
We have tons more money than the Dems right now.
Right.
And Elon Musk is doing more.
Bro, my brother, if they had the George Soros of the world, they got China. We know China's putting money into the United States for these elections, and they're doing it in dark money or whatever you want to call it. And they're giving other people money so they can donate the money. Am I wrong?
Well, if the money comes in, where they spend it is another thing.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're going to spend it or they need to turn red blue.
Well, there's a lot of money that comes in. They spend $1 billion and more, but it does.
Yes.
And it isn't always money. That socialist that beat out Vindman got outspent 20 to 1. 20 to 1.
Where did that money come from?
Don't know. Donors, but I don't know what donors. I don't know where.
You're talking about Dixon, right? The
Dixon.
Yeah.
Nixon.
Nixon. Nixon.
Yeah.
Where did her money come from? I mean, that's a question that should be asked. I mean, why aren't we looking into where her money come from? How much of that is going to come in through China, through hidden avenues?
Yeah.
And, that's all I'm saying, Russ. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Is we need to get our donors donating. I can only donate so much. I'm on Social Security. So is my wife.
Yeah.
So I'm limited. But there's a lot of other rich people out there, but they pick and choose.
Well,
pick and choose.
We've got to convince them that they need to spend it, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said, my solution to this whole problem is to get our mega donors to donate more to the candidate.
People work on that all the time, buddy, and it's their money. They've got to be convinced.
Exactly. And like I said, the Democrats don't have a problem getting money. Not through the Democratic Party, but through the other contributions to the candidates, like you said, Nixon.
Right.
Yeah, and all the other ones. Anyway, Russ, I'm not going to chew you out. Oh, by the way, I'm really surprised. Chris, I'm really surprised.
Yeah.
What's that?
And I take this in face value. Okay, Chris?
What's up?
What?
I was totally surprised that Russ was able to sit down after that phone call.
Really?
He got up. Well, you got your butt chewed out.
doesn't affect me, man. I don't care.
No, it affected you because you're on camera, Russ.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to him. There's no question, but
but
I don't care.
The bottom line, I had to call you and tell you I was not going to do that, but since Mad Mike called you,
yeah,
I figured Mad Mike call you, I can call you and talk about Angry Mike.
No, I was trying to do two things at once. I got this problem over at the shop. They need to put some code from me, and I'm getting, I'm trying to divert my attention to get the code out, and Mad Mike or Angry Mike is yelling at me. I don't care.
Yeah, but Russ, you are one of the few people that I know, other than Chris, that can chew gum and walk at the same time.
Sometimes, yes, I can. I hope so.
Oh, wait, I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this, but I'm going to, and if I can't, then you'll tell me I can't. Chris, are you running for school board?
Yeah, you can ask. You're allowed to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just saw that the other day. Why was I unaware of this? Even though, wait a minute, you came to our meeting.
Yeah, I'm going to be speaking at the next meeting.
Yeah, he's on the agenda.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Saturday's meeting.
I wasn't able to go Saturday. I was over here.
No, you were at our meeting one time.
Last month.
Last month.
Yeah, and I don't remember you ever saying you were running for school board.
I was getting signatures. Attention? We passed my signature sheet.
That's right. Sorry, Chris. My bus. All right, God bless you two guys, and carry on, Russ.
See you, man. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye. Bye. So he's wondering I could sit down. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I was. He was going so rapid fire.
Yeah.
I was still thinking about something he said when he's talking about something else, and I just can't.
I mean, I wanted to get him off the air because it's just not good for the show or the party or anything.
I can't be in a conversation like that. I need time to process a thought and to come up with another. Well, he wouldn't even finish a sentence sometimes before he was going to a totally different topic.
He was just throwing bombs, though.
Yeah.
And it's everybody's fault because it happened and you didn't do anything to stop it.
Yeah. We're all beta males.
Yeah, right. Great guy.
Well, and at the very start, he said, we don't have a vision for the Iran war. I don't need to have a vision for I'm not in charge. But Trump has a vision. We're not entirely sure what that vision is at the moment.
He's pretty transparent about it.
Yeah.
Number one is the nuclear, make sure they never have nuclear, and the Strait of Hormuz, and don't kill your people. Those are only three things that he's really demanded. Don't kill your people. Strait of Hormuz open forever, and you can't have a nuclear bomb.
And the Strait of Hormuz was open, so that's just a wash right there. But no nuclear weapons is the biggest deal, And he was saying, we need to bring back the Shah. That's not Trump?
This guy, Mike.
Yeah, but that's not what we do. We're not here to control the inner workings of a
Trump has said he won't do that. He's not going to have a regime change,
and we've already
because it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. We've tried that in the past, and it just does.
And he didn't do it in Venezuela. Yeah. In fact, a lot of people asked him. There was an election in Venezuela before we went in and got Maduro's.
Right.
And there was a lady that won the election supposedly, but they cheated and jammed up the ballots. But a lot of people thought, well, you should just put her in.
All right.
No, that would have been chaos, and I think Trump was right. It would have been.
Yeah, and Jim was saying, what's the end game look like for Iran?
He wouldn't tell me.
And it has to be the people of Iran
for long term,
has to be,
and the neighbors.
Yeah.
And I think Trump's worked hard on that to get Saudi Arabia, UAE, and all those guys engaged.
Yeah.
And
because if it doesn't involve, especially the people of Iran, if it doesn't involve them, then all we're going to do is get, Iran is going to say, yes, yes, yes. Okay, fine. We'll do what you say. And then they're going to just sneak around the back and be a problem again.
But we can't be the police. We're across the world.
No, exactly.
It needs to be Saudi Arabia and Kuwait. They need to come to an agreement. And they just made a pact between Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really understand what it's all about. Trump was in favor and, congratulated him on him. But they're going to take a nuclear country, which is Pakistan. Saudi Arabia, very rich.
Yeah.
And Turkey, very powerful. Also, a great grouping if they're working towards world peace and keeping that place under control.
And world peace would be great, but just stability would be nice. Yeah. And crazy people with nuclear weapons does not lead to stability. So,
but the Reagan, when he was in office, he had the same issue with Iran,
right?
And he bombed half their ships, the Navy ships, and then everything went better, and they said, okay, we're done. But that was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And people forget that, but Trump is not the first.
Right.
Reagan did it.
Right.
And they acquiesced after half their Navy was gone. Reagan's knocked all their Navy out with the exception of some of the smaller speedboats.
Right.
And they still don't gotta go.
Well, and like you were saying, with in the 80s, Iran capitulated. All right, fine, but they kept working behind the scenes,
of course,
being sneaky, and that's going to happen again unless we get a good and everyone says, well, Obama had the
agreement,
the agreement that they weren't going to have nuclear weapons.
It was a
but
lie.
they weren't enforcing it.
No.
They weren't, and we need to have a good, solid,
and they were building them all along. We knew they were building them, but they denied building them.
Right.
But they wouldn't let the inspectors in. They wouldn't agree.
Exactly. Right.
And we all knew they were building them. And finally, it was Israel that really pushed it. Said, "Look, man, I'm scared. These guys are going to bomb me."
Right.
And we agreed. Trump said, "We're right. We'll join you." And they did, and they stopped it. And now Iran says, "Yes, we were building them, but we have every right. We're a sovereign country. We can do it, and we're going to do it again."
Right.
I mean, that's what they say right now. We're going to do it again. We're going to keep building it. It's our right.
Right.
We can have it as much as we want.
So now.
Yeah,
we need some sort of agreement that says, if you do stop our inspectors from coming in, we bomb you. If we find anything going on, we bomb you. Serious consequences for working towards nuclear weapons.
Yeah. One of my listeners, that's not the angry one.
Oh, okay.
Said the Shah is the reason we are now dealing with radical government. Doesn't seem Angry Mike knows his history. Another legend in his own mind. Fair comment.
And I was a kid back then.
I was a kid too, but under the Shah, they had.
That was the they kidnapped a bunch of people under the Shah, didn't they?
Well, there were some atrocities that happened with their secret police and all that, but they lived a lifestyle like California. I mean, they lived, cars, wealth, things going on, but apparently still some secret police or something. And the Iran currently under the Ayatollah is much worse, but he's bad enough to keep control and fear. Shah wasn't big enough to fear from everybody, obviously. So it was bad under the Shah, from what I've read but not to as wide an extent as it is now. Now they'll just kill 50 million people. Yeah. I think it's Angry Mike calling back. Mike,
am I Angry Mike?
Yeah,
is that my title?
Yeah, Angry Mike. I've got to keep them separate because I got so many mics.
Got a lot of mics. Yeah.
Who's the other? I thought the other guy was the angry.
No, he's mad.
He's mad, Mike.
He's mad. You're angry.
Oh, he's the guy who wants to fight me. Okay.
Does he? Did he say?
He did.
He did say he would slap you. Okay,
yeah.
Or something. I don't know.
I'll tell you that slob is welcome to any time. But anyway, that's not why I called.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to rebut the guy I incorrectly called Gilligan.
Okay. Gilbert.
The The smog effect was the side effect of selling this country out and sending our manufacturing to the lowest bidder. That was the purpose of the sending our manufacturing out that destroyed this country.
When you say send it out, you mean send it out overseas was
correct,
what? To get the lowest bidder? Okay.
Correct, because what the selfish rich manufacturers were looking for was to just like black slavery in the South, free labor.
So it wasn't the smog then, because if we ship it overseas, we're not going to get smog.
Correct. No way that these rich people were concerned about the smog.
No,
it was a side effect, and the Democrats, liberals, the hippies rode on that. Okay, yeah. But I'm going to ask the guy I incorrectly called Gilligan. Is he against bringing manufacturing back to this country like Trump wants to? Because apparently the manufacturing was responsible for the smog.
Man, no, he's not. Gilbert does not. He wants it back.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but he's against the smog.
Well, I am too. But I think what cleaned up the smog was new regulations on coal burning plants and stuff like that. And we did a better job.
And that is, again, all of those regulations is what the greedy rich people manufacturers wanted to get away from. And so doing that, they destroyed this country. But you know who was responsible for sending manufacturing to China was Nixon.
Well, Nixon opened that door.
But he did not get a chance. He did not get a chance to follow through on his plan. Nixon was trying to destroy the unions. What are you laughing at?
I'm not, but I'm questioning that. I've never heard that before.
Nixon was trying to destroy the unions.
Okay.
Nixon was trying to destroy that one-way money from unions to the Democrat Party. And so he opened the door to move that and that's to be disputed as to whether he was correct or not. But I have to defend him by saying he didn't get a chance to follow through on his plan. And so the greed took over for the China manufacturing and the Mexico manufacturing.
Well,
the smog was. Go ahead.
I brought it up on AI just to look. I'm not seeing anything about Richard Nixon did not have a policy or strategy to restore labor to cities.
I don't know. I don't know why you rely on that AI.
Because it gives me a direction. It does.
Really? Okay.
It does.
Okay.
And it gives references. It brings up articles and stuff.
Sure.
Well, we don't have time on the air to dig in deep.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I generally double check everything, but when I'm on the air, I can't.
Do you remember when the computer age overtook the Britannica Encyclopedia and the World Book?
I lived it. I remember it well.
Yeah. And what was the main mantra there? Was, I don't want to say the word, but it was crap in, crap out, correct?
Garbage in, garbage
out. Yeah, for computers.
Okay, sure. AI is the same thing.
Of course it is.
Who's behind the answers you're getting? So you can use AI if you're too lazy to do the research. Fine.
I think AI is research, my friend.
It's the start of the research.
Yeah, because it's also going to bring up the articles that it bases.
But you make correct, but you're not letting me finish.
Okay.
But you have to have a follow through. You just said just because AI said Nixon didn't evoke Nixon, it must not be true.
No, I absolutely said I haven't researched it yet. I just looked at the quick on the AI.
No, Nixon.
I don't see it.
Nixon was against. At that time, the Republican Party, when it was strong, would try to attack the Democrat Party by cutting off their funding through the unions. So the smog effect was the side effect of that the liberals clamored on. So I think Gilligan needs to think before he speaks.
Okay.
Gilligan is a Karen Republican.
Yeah, of course.
That's what he is. He's a Karen Republican.
Yeah.
So and that's his relevance. But I'm sorry if I caused you to think. I'm sorry if I'm not trying to insult you.
Okay.
I'm trying to bring up a fact. And obviously, before the guy called Gilligan had diarrhea, I don't want to affect his bodily functions.
All right.
But I'm trying to shock and bring up a point that we need to be more aggressive. That's my solution.
I get it.
And just because you end a statement with "that's my solution" doesn't qualify it to be a solution. He still didn't give a solution. Have the rich people give us more money. The Democrats don't need to spend money if the Republicans aren't spending money.
Well, I think they all do, but okay. I got to run, man.
So, all right.
Thanks, bye. Because that could go on forever otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't know. And now Gilbert will call back. I should give each other their phone numbers.
Yeah.
Let them hash it out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I can't see where Nixon was doing anything except that he wrote an executive order that undid one of that was trying to undo a part of the bargaining agreement with federal employees.
And that could be because of what the caller was saying, that he didn't get a chance to continue that towards that goal. Maybe he didn't do enough along the way for it to become
but I don't know that I would label him as being from what briefly I looked at real quick, label him as trying to destroy unions.
I wouldn't be surprised because Republicans generally don't like the unions.
I don't like unions typically, but I would never want to destroy them. And if somebody wants to join a union, I don't care.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't like the closed shop thing.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if that was something on Nixon's mind, and Watergate came up and stopped his progress towards that. And
Watergate was fun.
So maybe that was something that he was leaning towards. Maybe
I think it would be more obvious.
Deeper reference somewhere. So.
I think there'd be something in writing on it. That
maybe. Well, like you said, he had that executive order set. Maybe
and I don't remember.
Maybe that was his first step, and he just never got to take a
John
second.
Kennedy had some executive order about bargaining, giving them more bargaining rights, which unions shouldn't be in federal government.
No.
Even progressives back in the 40s said no, shouldn't be there. And I still think, though, because that's kind of like a monopoly, too.
Yeah.
And if you're a union of a monopoly, you can ask for whatever you want.
Right.
You can't go to the competitors.
The whole point of the union is to give the workers an opportunity to stand up against the employers.
Demand.
If they're working for the federal government, we can stand up for them as voters. So.
Let's talk to Mad Mike. What's up, man?
Mad Mike calling in to calmly correct Angry Mike. Once again, he doesn't want to insult anybody, but he insists on calling him Gilligan.
Yeah, I know.
Calls him a Karen.
Yeah.
A Republican Karen.
Yeah.
At first, I thought he said caring. I was like, that's not a bad thing. But...
I thought he said caring.
He said Karen.
Oh.
Karen. And
wow.
Don't take me back to George Bush. What was it? The kind and caring Republicans, or
kinder, gentler nation.
Yeah. Blah blah blah. But just I don't know what makes Angry Mike so angry, other than he's just an angry person. Some of us old farts are grumpy old men.
Yeah.
But he ought to try living life without putting other people down constantly, making other people, the bad guy, the incorrect one, always saying you're the blame, you did this wrong. All your listeners are going to hate you because of this, which is total BS. Your listeners love you, Russ.
Oh, well,
and you know they love you.
Both of them.
Well, if you get back on the freaking radio, you're
working on it.
More, buddy.
Yeah, man.
We're working on it.
We're working fast.
I got you.
Thank you, buddy.
It kills me because I have to keep Facebook open on the screen. I can't just listen to the radio. I can't switch over. I have two phones, and I still don't have enough capacity to catch.
Give me a few more weeks. We'll make your life easier. Okay.
Appreciate that. But one thing I wanted to share with Angry Dude no longer is he worthy of my name.
You're going to kick him out of the Mike Club? Okay.
Yes. He's angry dude, angry old man. But he was talking about he didn't want to say, I think the S word he said something about crap in or whatever.
Yeah.
So he needs to correct himself and look up the definition of GIGO.
Yeah. It's garbage in, garbage
computer
out.
term.
Garbage in,
computer
garbage
term.
out.
Technology term.
That's
IT
right.
Term.
Yeah.
Garbage in, garbage out. It's not S. It's not crap. Right. It's garbage in.
I'm fully aware that AI is just grabbing resources, not all of them, and that they need to be double checked.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. And you know, when I used to be doing all the advertising, you know, a month ago, I used AI.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm not a graphic artist. I can't put together these pretty little ads. And I don't know if either of you saw any of the stuff I was putting out there. Hey, it's raining in the foothills. Just washed my car twice yesterday. Because the first time it got all dusted. Anyways, yeah, I wish Angry Dude would just calm down and be reasonable and not constantly attacking and insulting other people. He would get a lot more sympathy, a lot more agreement, a lot more people on his side if he would just calm the F down.
I don't know what his goal is on that.
Yeah, I think he was a little calmer in the second
one. Yeah. But he quickly will blame everybody for everything. He blames Republicans for everything because Republicans should have taken charge. And
he was calmer on the second call, but he was more insulting. He was attacking.
Appreciate it, Mike. Take care.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
See you later. Bye.
I feel like I'm the referee.
Well, you let everybody call in.
I do. I do. I don't block.
No.
I don't block. I even knew it was Angry Mike. I said, I don't care. It's fine.
Yeah, like 3 minutes. What can we talk about?
I don't care.
What do you got there?
One of the listeners says, my compliments. It's hard maintaining one's composure with someone like him. I don't know which him. I think it could have been all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe it was my composure handling you.
Could be.
Gilbert.
See,
we're going to be in the middle. What do you want to tell my?
Or do you want us to call you Gilligan?
I love Gilligan. He's great. Great show.
That's right.
So I'm impressed that he put a title like that on me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still making millions of dollars on Gilligan.
Yeah. It was a good show.
It's a good show. But what I was going to say is, you know, he did not realize that he agreed with me when it came with our part of our problem, our manufacturing going out was because of smog. Smog might have been a side adventure of us going out, but that helped the manufacturing, and it helped America realize, yes, we need to send all this stuff overseas. Let them become smoggy. I mean, that's the bottom line. Thailand is full of smog. China is full of smog, and we're buying all the products from them, and they are living in smog. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what part of what I said was wrong?
I don't know.
And for him to say, I thought he said I was a caring Republican.
I did too. I thought he said Karen.
At first I did too, but then
you think Karen?
A couple more times I was like, oh, he's saying Karen.
Okay. The bottom line is those that know me know how I am with the Republican Party. They know how I am with America. Yeah. They know how I stand on veterans. So I give 2 cents on his opinion, and I'd want change back.
You want change?
That's
okay.
I was not going to call until Mad Mike called, and I started laughing because the fact we lost a lot of manufacturing because labor and smog, because all the environmentalists were up in arms and they were selling the product of the smog and get rid of that in America.
Yeah, I think it was cost that drove it more than anything. But the cost went up because of the smog. They had to clean up the smog, so they were going to charge.
Right. Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But the bottom line, they left for a lot of reasons, and now we see all the smog in Thailand and in China.
China has a lot. They wear masks for that. It's not even COVID.
Yeah. They don't have the restrictions that we have in America.
That's right. They don't. All right, I got to run. I'm out of time. I appreciate it. I won't call you Gilligan though. All right. call him something else. Well, we got to go, man. We're out of time.
We always do.
These guys are trying to wear me down, I think. Thanks for listening. Chris is with me. Russ Clark at Mortgage One.
Bye. Oh.